Jerry, I've sketched out this little outline in order to save you a little bit of time, okay? It's a little introduction. So close your eyes and imagine it's exactly 6 o'clock. You're standing in the wings, and we hear Lou Brown and the orchestra strike up your theme song.
And now, from New York, it's the Jerry Langford Show with Jerry's guests, Richard Pryor, Ben Gazzara, Elizabeth Ashley, Carol Burnett,
and the comedy find of the year making his television debut, Rupert Pupkin, the new king of comedy.
Rupert! Are you crazy?
Say hello
What's the matter with you?
Yeah, Mom!
Sleepy. Lower it. What's the matter with you?
Mom!
Take it easy. Lower it.
I'm not going to lower it. I have to do this now.
I don't mind you playing it, but lower it.
Now, you come on, Jerry, and you do your monologue. And then when the time comes, this is how I see you introducing me. You could say something like this. Will you please give your warmest welcome to the newest king of comedy, Rupert Pupkin.
Everything I can Happening, baby. Yeah, look at me. Behind the microphone.
Hey, now.
Listen to that. Whoa.
Hey, now.
Hey-oh, Robin.
Hey, now.
Come on. Hey-oh.
Hey-oh.
Hey-oh. You might as well just say it. Hey-oh. Hey-oh, Artie. Hey-oh. You know, I'm going to get crazy today. I'm going to give a hey-oh to Fred. Hey-oh, Fred. Hey-oh. Oh, look at that. All right.
Fred, on the money.
Fred did it better than anyone.
Hey, now.
Hey, now. Hey, now.
Hey, now. Hey, now.
So,
Hey, now.
I got so much to talk about.
Yeah?
Tomorrow, Dial a Date with Nikki Ziering.
That's tomorrow already.
Yeah.
I was just reading a fax from someone who wanted Nikki.
Yeah, Jeff Schick downloaded a picture of Nikki Ziering on our what I like to call website.
Yes.
HowardStern.com. We have one picture on there, but it was of Nikki Ziering to get everybody worked up. And I don't know, he must have done it from my apartment, so he left the picture of Nikki Ziering up on the computer. And Beth kept saying to me, why am I looking at a picture of Nikki Ziering every minute? I said, because she's going to be on Dial a Date. You know what I mean?
I kept asking myself, why am I looking at a picture of Nikki Ziering every minute? Because I couldn't stop.
I thought it was funny that Jeff leaves it up on my computer.
Yeah, what's wrong with him?
I don't know.
I think tomorrow I'm going to wear a pair of slacks. Try to look a little nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You dress up for Nikki?
I might do, you know.
Me too. You know what I mean? Like I might try to pick out a nice outfit.
I'll go we'll get a sports coat or something.
Yeah, I might try to look a little better than usual.
Really? I mean, but she knows you. She's seen you.
That's true. I guess it's not going to work.
I'm going to ask Martin Lawrence if I could borrow his L.A. Clippers bright white jacket.
That was beautiful. Where do you get that?
My God, I couldn't even.
You couldn't focus on it.
Jesus.
With matching bling bling.
Yeah, there's a lot of bling bling.
I didn't even see the bling bling. The coat was so big.
Oh, my God.
What's going on there?
Diamond dog tags, Martin Lawrence. People write me emails about how he sucked.
What?
On our show, but I could see why. I mean, he cursed so much they bleeped out half the interview.
Yeah, I guess the bleep.
You know, and it was unnecessary cursing. Not to sound like Bill Cosby, but it really didn't add to the comedy of the moment.
No, he could have said another word for the S word when he used it.
Right. He could have said shirt. Full shirt.
Yeah.
Hey, so on the front page of the New York Post, you know, okay, I'm going to come back and talk about this. This is great. We'll be back right after these words.
Howard Stern Show
is when a person touches him or herself for sexual pleasure.
Howard Stern Show
is considered a normal part of a person's sexuality. Many people
listen to Howard Stern Show.
This includes men and women. Children often
listen to Howard Stern Show
to soothe themselves as they go to sleep. Puberty is the time that many boys start to
listen to Howard Stern Show.
Usually girls start later when they're well into their teen years. Sometimes people feel guilty about
listening to Howard Stern Show.
As long as
Howard Stern Show
is not done publicly and it does not disrupt a person's life, it is considered normal. Some people have religious training that tells them
Howard Stern Show
is wrong for them. It does not cause physical or mental problems. It does not cause hairy palms, blindness, or increased sexuality. Some people use
Howard Stern Show
to release sexual feelings when they're not having sex. Married and single people may
listen to Howard Stern Show.
Some people do it to learn about what kind of pleasure they like.
Howard Stern Show
is a safer sexual release than having unsafe sex, which can lead to pregnancy and disease.
Howard Stern. F you. Yeah. Come on, baby. Let's dance. Yeah.
F you.
Some people thought I disappeared in that commercial break, but I'm back and better than ever. Good morning. I guess at 7 o'clock we're going to hear from Dick Delicious and the Tasty Testicles. Stump the Buoy. A man offers his naked sister and $500 if he loses. We love that.
Stump the Buoy!
Hey-oh. Hello. Stump the Buoy today.
Stump the Buoy!
Dial a Date with Nikki Ziering tomorrow, and you will meet an actress tomorrow. This is some story. An actress, she's in like B movies, horror movies, who cut off her fingers while shooting a movie. They had a scene where she was supposed to chop up a body, and she took the axe and chopped off her own fingers. Oh. And it's a horror story, but nevertheless, she's here with us.
Wow.
Later this week, West Wing's Allison Janney will stop by, a legitimate actress.
Wow.
Also,
award-winning actress.
Yes. Penthouse pet Suzette Spencer will be by.
Oh, that's better.
You know, I was looking at tape. Playboy magazine had Artie do something the other day where he was like the guest photographer.
Really?
Which was really uncomfortable to watch tape of because you could tell Artie was just uncomfortable. But this chick was smoking hot that you photographed. My God.
She was on the show.
She was?
About 8-9 months ago.
Yeah, I didn't remember that.
You remember, she was billed as the first Jewish playmate ever.
Oh, that's her, huh?
And we did a Jewish Wheel of Sex where we were going to, like, spank her with a whitefish.
And did she go for it?
No.
Oh.
She never went for it.
Well, she was whipping off that top in front of you, dude?
Yeah.
And then Artie was like...
I'm not comfortable with stuff like that.
Well, it was a little uncomfortable. They stick him in a room and tell him to start taking pictures, and Artie's like telling it, you know, getting a Thurman Munson stance. Give me his batting stance, and I'll take pictures of you. And
where's this video?
I have it. It's funny.
And how did this happen?
Playboy interviewed me, and it was just like a small blurb in their magazine. But then they called me up and said, oh, look, you know, they have this thing called Celebrity Photographer. And they said Tommy Lee did it or something.
Yeah, I bet he did.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
I was like, you know, you take pictures of a centerfold, a new, you know, playmate.
And she does whatever you want. And then, like, Artie's laying on the floor shooting up. And
well, I got a little creative with it.
What was funny is Artie at one point says to her, she's completely naked. He goes, here, would you take a few pictures of me? And then Artie gets into provocative poses. It's very funny, actually.
But
I thought that was funny.
Yeah, she was cool as hell.
Yeah, but I felt bad for you because there were people standing around waiting for you to be funny and make a joke out of it.
It's the worst.
And then what does the magazine do? They publish the pictures?
I think they take a real photographer and say it's Artie's pictures.
Yeah, it's not for the magazine. It's like an internet thing.
Oh.
You know.
Chick was smoking hot.
Yeah, she was on here before.
Yeah, I didn't remember that she was on here, but boy, was she hot.
Lindsay Vuolo.
Lindsay Vuolo.
And she'll just do anything you say, so...
That's the thing. Yeah, she'll do anything you say. Yeah.
Wow.
And, but, you know...
He has tape of it. Here, roll a little tape so Robin can see. I don't even know that there's a screen that you can look at. So.
Yes, I have my screen now.
Look what's going on. There she is naked taking pictures of Artie. And you can tell by the laughter that will erupt in the room that it's rather funny. She's cute, huh?
Look at Artie.
Nice body, huh, Fred?
Awesome.
The girl, too.
Oh, Artie, yeah.
She's taking pictures.
Oh, my goodness.
No.
She's completely naked.
Yeah.
I didn't get that far yet.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to look good on camera completely naked moving around like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she looks perfect.
What they do is they just give you the camera and they just show you how to focus it. It's a real expensive camera, too. And then they just let you go off with it.
Sexy woman.
Oh, they do have camera people there?
Yeah, there's other people there.
How old a woman is she?
She said she's in college.
I don't believe that.
She must be in the doctoral program.
Yeah. She must be getting her master's.
You know what she said she's taking is communicate.
Why is she going behind the
curtain? That
curtain?
was my idea.
Artie was weird. He goes, I want you to go behind the curtain and just stick your boobs out of the curtain. Like, Artie's trying to get, like, weird.
Artsy.
Artsy.
Artie.
They keep telling me to tell her to do stuff. So I looked around the room. I'm like, all right.
You know, I would do one of these shoots, but I would really want to shoot her in, like, black and white and do some really creative pictures.
Like,
that'd be fun.
You could actually take creative pictures?
I think I could.
Really? I mean, like, I know you could think of creative ideas, but could the picture come up?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I've done some stuff with my digital. That's in camera. I got you.
Uh-huh.
And I got to tell you.
You're very impressed with yourself?
Yeah. I mean, I've done some good work. Look at her ass.
See your work.
That ass is nice and juicy.
She is young, though.
She's young.
You think?
Yeah, she said
it's that hair, maybe, that makes her look
She's a young colt. She can barely stand on those two legs.
No, it's those boobs that make her look young.
I got to tell you what, those are real boobs, Artie found out.
Yes.
Yeah, they are.
You can tell by the way they're hanging.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's a full-bodied girl.
Now, that's a nice pose. No, now it's not.
Artie doesn't know when to stop.
No, look, see, that's creative there. That's all my suggestions.
I would have told her to lose the shoes.
Yeah.
What about...
Like, you know, I hate those shoes she's wearing. I hate strappy shoes on chicks.
Well, first
Really?
of all,
Yeah.
First of
hate
all,
it.
they...
Hate boots and strappy shoes.
You hate boots?
Yeah, I like you see the shoes like Nikki Ziering's wearing in that picture on HowardStern.com?
Big clunky shoes?
That I like. That's a whole platforms. That's a whole different thing. Boy, that chick's smoking hot, man.
She's majoring in communications.
Well, you should have decided you wanted to be her mentor.
He did, believe me. I heard him say that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. He dropped he let it be known that he was a Connecticut School of Broadcasting graduate.
Yeah.
All right, so anyway, that's that. On TV tonight, you got to hear this. There's a show on Fox. Those sons of bitches keep coming up with good stuff.
What are they doing now?
Man versus Beast.
Oh, I have heard about that.
Yeah, humans and animals compete in several events. I think they're going back to gladiator times. Didn't people used to fight lions?
Yeah, but you're not actually fighting.
No, you'll be racing them.
Yet, anyway.
Yeah. But I'm kind of curious. Could the world's fastest...
Because I heard the promo, and I've seen some of the previews, and I thought, who is going to be interested in this?
Do you know any of the sports that they're going to be doing?
Yes.
Like what?
They're going to have a bear and a man in an eating contest.
Well, that's interesting, because you know how the Coney Island hot dog eating contest is always won by a Japanese guy?
Yeah,
now?
yeah.
It's that guy.
We're going to have a bear against... It's the only way we can figure out an American to beat him, finally. We got an American bear.
Can I tell you something?
Is going to go.
Animals will only eat as much as they have to eat. Oh, they do have a storing capacity, especially bears, where they... If they see a big
meal... They probably
meal...
didn't feed him for a day so that he'd be really hungry.
But if they see a big meal, they will eat more than they need because they will store it. In fact, humans have that same capacity, and that's why we're all fat.
I'm storing some stuff.
Yeah, well, it's in our genetics to store, because when we were, primitives...
Yeah, but bears hibernate, so they definitely have a major capacity to store.
And people, when they were primitive, if you found if the tribe could kill a deer or something, managed to get one, you would gorge yourself on that. You would eat tremendous amounts of deer meat because you knew that it might be weeks before you catch another one. And that's how the body, stored stuff.
Yeah, but what does that got to do with the bear?
Well, I think that a man will beat a bear in an eating contest, and I'll tell you why. I think that a bear will stop eating at some point because it's satiated.
Yeah, but doesn't it have a larger stomach?
Yes, but I think that the man ultimately can eat more than the bear.
Is there a time limit on this? I don't know. But anyway, that's one of the contests. Then they're going to have giraffes racing men.
In what, a short distance?
I don't know what the distance is. They haven't told that, but you see the giraffes running, and a person will have to be running with the giraffe to see if they can beat the giraffe.
You know a giraffe is one of the fastest animals on the planet?
Well, look at those legs.
Yeah.
And then the other one I know about is a tug-of-war between a sumo wrestler and an orangutan.
Let me think about that. I think the sumo...
It's a female orangutan.
It is? I think a sumo wrestler will win.
I saw a little bit of the footage. The sumo wrestler is struggling like you would not believe, and the orangutan
is laughing,
hardly breaking a sweat,
really?
Hardly doing anything.
Wow.
And the other one is little people, a bunch of little people hooked to an airplane, and an elephant hooked to an airplane.
Yeah.
And who can drag the airplane further?
Little people?
Little people.
Like midgets?
Midgets, yeah.
Midgets versus an elephant?
Yeah.
How many midgets versus an elephant?
Maybe 20.
I would have to think the elephant will win. Right?
I gotta watch that. That's the funniest thing I ever heard.
I want to bet on it.
I'm sure that, what is it, sports betting thing we have, they'll take it.
Front page of the paper today is this guy. This is just weird. The guy is a Dark Shadows freak. Dark Shadows was this soap opera about vampires that was on, it's got to be like 30 years ago.
We were in junior high school when that was on.
Dark Shadows. I was in junior high school. Yeah. And it was on for like 2 years. That's it. Two seasons.
It was the most hysterical little soap opera you've ever seen.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
Family that had all kinds of vampires, werewolves, everything was in it.
Some dude killed his girlfriend. And I guess she swindled him out of $95,000.
I didn't even know they had such things.
I mean, where's that going on?
In New York.
Holy mackerel. Holy schmoly. Wow. The guy's into Dark Shadows and goes to Dark Shadows conventions, meets a chick there, And she bilks him out of $95,000.
It was really weird because, first of all, he lives at home with his parents.
Yeah. I bet.
And he came here from Oregon, I think, to the Dark Shadows convention. She's from Philadelphia. They met, and now they've decided they have a relationship. So he thinks now, he goes home to Oregon, thinks he has a girlfriend. And she keeps writing him and telling him she needs money. After $95,000, he decided maybe something's up because I haven't seen her. So he met her at a hotel here, and he demanded the money. She started arguing with him, and he had checked a bag in his a gun in his luggage, and he took it out and shot her.
Yeah, but as freaky as that story is, there's a Dark Shadows convention.
Yeah.
That's, that's the freaky part.
It's the real story.
Well, Dark Shadows is rerun on the Sci-Fi Channel.
Is it?
In the afternoon, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Or morning or something like that, because every once in a while I see it. But to think there are conventions...
things like this never happen at the iSpy convention I go to.
Hey, when was Dark Shadows on? About?
I'd say at least 30 years ago. Oh, what time? 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
No, but I mean, the year, about 30 years ago?
Yeah, it was in the 70s,
I don't remember.
probably, yeah.
You'd have to be a vampire to remember it.
Right.
Oh, man.
It was so hokey. You should watch it because it was the worst photography. It was the worst of everything.
Yeah.
Worst acting, worst writing.
Worst everything. The worst soap opera ever. I hardly remember it. My sister was a big fan of it.
I know. Girls loved Barnabas.
And she used to make me sit there. Of course, my parents had one TV, even though they could afford more. And my sister and I were 4 years apart, had no interest in watching television together, but it was real important to my mother that this image of her 2 children sitting in front of the TV together. So I had to watch all kinds of girl crap.
Did we have the same parents? Because I had to watch all kinds of boy crap.
Oh, my God.
Because I was with 3 boys.
Hey, wait a second. It aired longer than I thought. 1966 to 1971.
You're kidding.
No.
Wow.
There you go. So that means for like 5 years, I had to sit there with my sister and watch them.
Oh, man.
I just counted on my fingers. 5 years.
Oh, dear. Maybe you should have studied while she was watching TV.
I know. That's why I'm part fag now. I was feminized. 1,225 episodes.
Well, that's not the first time Dark Shadows has figured prominently in a scandal. Remember when the Sonny Von Bulow trial was going on?
Yes.
Klaus was he was cheating with one of the actresses from Dark Shadows.
Way to go.
Yeah.
Hey.
Look at Klaus.
Klaus Von Bulow, my man.
Dark Shadows, boom.
Yeah. We got a bunch of crappy interviews from the American Music Awards the other night. Like, people just blew off Gary Garver and like...
Really?
Like, we got next to Shania Twain, and she's goofy, and she ran away, and all that. The only one I'll play you, really... I played Shania Twain on the air yesterday. It kind of sucked, but... Gary Garver ran into a band. The only bands I will talk to you are bands that are undiscovered. This band called Nappy Roots.
Yeah, I heard they were nominated for something.
Yeah. So he talked to the Nappy Roots, if you want to hear that.
Hey, guys. How you doing?
What's up, bro? How you doing?
Good. Well, what's your name?
I'm Fish Scales, 1/6 of the Nappy Roots.
Hey, how you guys doing? Hey, what's up?
Right, you doing okay?
What's your names?
Big V. Fish Scales.
What's the name of your group?
Nappy Roots, right here, live and direct, man.
If we invade Iraq, would you be willing to entertain the troops?
Man, yeah, we'll do that. We'll keep it nappy for any occasion, man. Try to spread our word, trying to monopolize the whole world, so. There you have it.
Is having a award show appropriate at this time, at a time like this?
I think it is. You always need entertainment. That's one of the biggest assets of America, so, entertainment always helps.
Does it bother you that so few blacks have been nominated for an American Music Award?
What's happening, man? Yeah, boy.
Nah.
That's
I didn't hear the question, but does it bother you that so few blacks have been nominated for an American Music Award?
Does it bother me? To keep it nappy, I mean, it's like everything has its time. So, I mean, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be, dog.
Who's this for? Howard Stern Show. Yeah. Wait, what do you guys think of Howard Stern?
He does cool. He keeps it nappy. Do what the hell he wants to, man, and that's cool with me.
You guys are nappy?
Nappy all the way through.
What is Nappy's stance on homosexuals adopting children?
Hey, it's whatever. Do your thing. Keep it nappy. Keep it nappy is all about being you and do what you feel is right, man.
Does the public know the real Nappy?
Yes, truly they do.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right. Tell Howard's turn, keep it nappy, man. Keep it nappy for 2003.
For real. Howard Stern, I'm a big fan, man. Holla at us, though. We're trying to be on the show.
Wow. I got to have those guys on Nappy.
The Nappy Roots.
Yeah. Keep it nappy.
Yeah.
I will keep it nappy.
I thought that was funny. They make words. They put nappy into every word. They're trying to monopolize.
Yeah, monopolize.
I like that entertainment is America's biggest asset.
It is. It's our biggest export.
Absolutely true.
Yeah. Our movies and everything all over the world are huge.
Music, movies.
Yeah, we're good at entertaining people.
That's what we do.
We keep it nappy.
You know, that's the truth. Have you ever been entertained by one foreign movie?
No.
Come on.
Robin's more sophisticated, so this isn't for
You
No.
even talk about Swept Away and what a great movie that was.
Swept Away was good. Okay, there's one. Give me 5.
A Beautiful Life.
Oh, that sucked.
Oh, come on.
Come
you
on.
had to be touched by that.
You ever see, like, Indian movies?
Well, that's what I'm saying. English-speaking movies, like stuff from England.
Or you ever see, like, Ingmar Bergman movies that everyone thinks are so great? They're boring.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried to watch that 8.5 once.
Oh, man, it lasted 8.5 hours.
I had walked out.
You can tell that there are good foreign films from the number of remakes of foreign films to American.
Just the opposite. That's the reason they remake them.
No,
they suck.
They're never as good.
Yeah, we had a car, chase to it. Or
La
something.
Femme Nikita is a great film.
Once
the
they
American version is not.
Yeah, because once you put it in English, you realize how bad the movie was.
No.
You think when you read the subtitles, it might be good.
It was great.
You know, if I want to read, man, I'll read the script.
La Cage aux Folles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate reading.
That wasn't bad.
The subtitles suck.
And what was that other one? Cinema Paradiso.
That was good. But, you know, out of all the movies that are made every year in Europe, you can only name like 10 maybe good ones.
Il Postino?
I didn't like it.
That's the one with Kevin Costner?
No.
That's the Postman.
Oh, the Postman.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm not a big enthusiast of foreign films. I think America makes the best films.
Akira Kurosawa made great films.
No, I don't think so.
That's another guy everybody talks to. He's honored at the Oscars. I don't know one thing he ever did.
They're all horrible.
Oh, they're great. Ron.
Oh, Ron.
It's a beautiful movie.
Well, I don't like it. I'm not laughing.
Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Horrible. Hated it. I really hated it.
Couldn't go through that.
I don't even know what anyone was talking about.
Oh, I love that movie.
It was so stupid. People flying, jumping around.
Everybody's doing it now.
Yeah. I don't say that's good. All right. I love America. That's all. American everything. Go America.
We do. We're prolific with our movies. That's true.
Kill the commies.
There are none. Are there?
You know, you want to goof on the singing psychic, but be my guest. But, you know, that crazy broad predicted the Eagles would be going all the way months ago.
Well, they haven't yet.
Well, but she's on a roll. Listen to this. Here. This is from... What's the date on this, boys? I guess we don't know. I got to tell people the date. What?
Yeah, she could have recorded this last night.
Yeah. This is from our show. When?
October 2nd.
What year? This year, 2002?
Yeah.
Okay. October 2nd, 2002.
All right.
Which means November, December, 3 months ago she predicted this. Well, that ain't so great.
That isn't
It
great.
was a month into the season. The Eagles were the best team in football.
That is not great.
Yeah, you know what? What am I carrying
I
on?
thought you did this before the season started.
Yeah, that's what I did, too. Who's going to win the Super Bowl, real quick?
I'm not sure about that.
All right, no crystal ball.
Maybe the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm not sure who the other team is.
Yeah, right.
All right, but just in case you think she has some sort of ability, here is her prediction on the Yankees winning the World Series.
All right.
And who will win the World Series?
The Yankees will have another pennant. Oh, yeah. Hey, go, go.
I'll give you
The pennant is not the World Series.
Well, I mean the whole thing. They'll win the whole thing.
It didn't rhyme with anything.
Jesus. She's lame.
Yeah. So there it is, just to keep you updated on the singing psychic. Let's take a couple of phone calls and say good morning to some people. John, you're on the air.
Oh, is this me?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to let you know that I'm a big Dark Shadows fan, and I've been to quite a few conventions here in New York. And about 4, maybe 5 years ago, I saw Fred at the Dark Shadows convention.
That true, Fred?
Absolutely not.
I mean, he wasn't hiding. He was there. He was walking around. I mean, I said, hi, I love the show. He said, thanks a lot. I mean, it wasn't like, you know, he was trying to disguise himself or anything. It was definitely Fred. I mean, it may have been, I suppose it might have been more than 5 years ago, but...
Well, he says he wasn't there, and...
I never even saw the show.
It was at a really big hotel in New York.
He says he wasn't there.
When's Horseshoe Jackass coming up?
All right, thank you.
Okay, let me just tell you, the show was on from...
I mean, he's not giving up. Fred says he wasn't there. What am I going to do? If he was there, he's lying. What can I do?
I believe this guy was there.
Cooley, you're on the air.
Yeah, Hal, what's up, buddy? I need to get rid of Robin, get her off the show.
After all these years, get rid of Robin? I don't think so.
I don't like her no more. She's with the foreign films, the abusive relationship, and...
Well, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of email about Mr. X, Robin's boyfriend, and I'll be reading it in just a couple of minutes.
I'm really upset. I don't know why, after all right, she couldn't back up. She couldn't stand up for John at the restaurant. I understand that. When you went home, you should have said to him, you know what? What you did to John was wrong. After all these years, you should have stuck up for John. Even at home, you should have. Instead of getting ice thrown down your back and getting slapped around in your house.
Slapped around? You've never seen that happen.
We don't know what's going on, Rob, behind those doors.
Right.
I think you're in trouble.
All right.
What about that, Robin? Did you go home and stick up for Stuttering John?
No.
You did not.
I would have said no to that, too.
Why? You afraid?
I didn't think... I thought both of them were wrong. And I said to John... The one thing I did say to John was, I'm sorry I didn't see it. I would have stopped him if I had seen him pouring or threatening to pour the water on you, because I wouldn't have wanted it to happen. But it had happened.
Sean, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how you doing?
All right.
Hey, listen, I'm a cop in New Jersey, and listening to the show the last couple of days and Mr. X's conduct and stuff, I'm actually quite concerned. Because one of the things we deal with a lot is domestic violence. We get a lot of in-service training and respond to a lot of calls and stuff like that. And I personally feel that Robin's suffering from all the signs of battered women syndrome.
Interesting. Well, I don't think Mr. X would ever batter Robin, but I could be wrong.
God,
but
no.
If you listen to a couple of the symptoms, obviously she was victimized as a child, number one.
That's true.
It is kind of be a vicious cycle. And Mr. X's personality is very confrontational. He gets agitated.
Likes to mix it up.
Yeah, definitely. And you see how she defends him? How she never said he was wrong?
Oh, that's true.
She's defending him. And you know how it can escalate. Last time he was chasing her around the apartment with ice cubes. Next time it might be with an ice pick.
Oh, no. No. You don't understand anything, do you?
Well, I'm just concerned for you, Robin. I don't want to see you get victimized by this guy.
I'm not going to be victimized by anybody.
Look what happened with O.J. and Nicole. She used to defend him. Look what happened to her.
I don't think the same thing is going on here.
Well, I sure hope not. And
let's pray.
Only time will tell.
And who I want to know who made Mr. X the etiquette police.
He made himself, just like John made himself the fart police.
Unbelievable. But I just want to thank you for all the support you give police officers.
Absolutely.
Always out here listen to you a lot, and all the guys in my department listen to you.
I appreciate
make everything worthwhile.
I appreciate everything you do. Thank you.
All right, Howard. Have a good one.
All right. Well, there's a cop who senses some problem with Robin's relationship. You never know.
I've tried to explain to Mr. X that everybody didn't grow up with his set of rules. He still doesn't understand it.
He can't get that straight. What if you break the rules? You get punished with ice cubes down your back. No? All right. Maybe the cop's onto something.
There's no punishing here.
If you go back to the Newlywed Game, no one's busting X's chops. Worse than Robin.
All right, Mike, you're on the air.
Howard, what's up with this show, man? Everybody on this show is in therapy or needs therapy.
Not everybody. Robin's not in therapy.
Well, she was.
She was. Yeah. Well, you know, this is what people do who explore themselves.
Is Tony X in therapy? I think he needs it.
I don't think Mr. X is in therapy.
Can we get him some? Artie's going to therapy. Look, the Giants were playing the Eagles. He's at a co-ed baby shower.
You know, a lot of people wrote me email along a similar vein. They feel the show's too feminine. They say, great, the show now has proven that gay is communicable. Artie is now in therapy. After years of doing coke, drinking out of control, eating enough food to feed all the starving children of the world, and banging hookers, Artie finally decides to go into therapy. Why? Because there's something in the air in the Howard Stern building that makes normal men turn into crying, whining babies who need to talk to a mental health professional. F all you pussies.
That's right. I bet hey, Artie, you probably don't even drink Jack Daniels anymore.
Oh, come on.
Oh, please.
I had one just 2 minutes ago.
You had one 2 minutes ago.
No, dude, the guy drinks like a fish.
Yeah, that hasn't changed.
It says, grow up, save your money, and do what every other man in the world does. Go to a bar. Artie, you went to a baby shower instead of watching the Giants game? Pussy, you are whipped.
How'd this happen?
Hey, Artie, did Dana give you your balls back after the baby shower? Wow. Well, a lot of people feeling that...
Check the ventilation system. Maybe Tom's pumping something through there.
A little progesterone.
You're all getting fagged out. It's unbelievable.
Baby shower was way before the Giant game, and I got back to the kickoff.
What were you doing at a baby shower?
That ain't very Artie-like.
Can't even get into it.
Hey, by the way, as long as I'm on email, a lot of people wrote in, they wanted the address for the website for cheaters. The woman had some excellent suggestions on how to cheat on your spouse. So she was flooded with email and orders for her book. So good for her.
How about a quick George Bush, Mike Tyson game?
Everybody loved that, too.
Do we have any more of that?
Any more?
Casey, you got any more of that, or is that still being researched? We played a great game yesterday. Guess who said what, George Bush or Mike Tyson? And went over very big. A lot of people loved it, according to the email.
Not as easy as it might sound.
No. One guy had a lot of difficulty with it. Who said this following statement, George Bush or Mike Tyson? And then you win prizes.
Nice.
Casey, give me an answer. Heads up. Yes or no? We got any? Here he comes.
No, Howard, we smoked it yesterday.
Okay, brother.
All right.
Sorry. Bye.
All right. Okay.
I got more Gwyneth Paltrow if you want to do that.
Gwyneth Paltrow later. Okay, that's good. Something to look forward to.
I like that game, too.
That's a good game, too. A couple of Mr. X questions. Did Mr. X wear his mask to dinner? No, he was unmasked. Robin, if you ever get tired of Mr. X, give me a call. Signed, Ike Turner.
Oh, God. This is getting ridiculous. He poured the water on John.
The sound effect. The sound effect. Oh, man. Just too much. King of All Blacks had a theory, but I see he's gone off the phone. Or maybe he is on the phone, but no, I can't read this thing. Is he still on there? You got to delete the people we spoke to already. Okay, he left. His whole thing was that Mr. X was really spilling the water on me.
What?
Yeah. He had a whole theory, but he's a garbage man.
Oh, I would kill to hear King of All Blacks explain that theory.
All right, you know the sound effect that Fred was playing yesterday? He plays it a lot, the guy yelling? That. He's saying it's not quiet. He is yelling idiot in Russian from the movie Air Force One.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I don't think so.
That's what he says. Let me hear it.
It's definitely quiet.
Well, maybe the word quiet in Russian is idiot. I told the guy in a movie theater in Russia to quiet down, and he beat me up.
Idiot down.
All right. A lot of people thought that Stuttering John was a jerk. Some email were simple, 4 words. John is a dick. Then some others were a little more articulate. I concur with the other emailers. I'm so tired of listening to John rationalize his behavior in every situation. Guys like him make me favor laws regulating breeding. Anybody who farts in public like John did deserved to have water dumped on his lap. Too bad it wasn't 100 proof rum. They could have lit it on fire. So a lot of people agree with your boyfriend, Mr. X.
See, there is a lot of agreement out there.
Stuttering John is a child farting at the dinner table. He's lucky Mr. X didn't punch him in his cheap, drunken, fat whippet head. I tried whippets once, yeah, when I was 15. Give me a break. I think Mr. X did a good job restraining himself. I would have kicked him out of the party. You guys are numb to his BS, but he is so frustrating. How does a moron like that, apparently doing no work, get to do the things he does? F him and F Jackie. John's only funny when Fred's making fun of him. You guys should throw an expensive party and stick John with the bill, that cheap bastard. here's another one. Thank God someone finally had some balls not to put up with John's BS. John's a sponge, a leech, a drunk, a drug addict, backstabbing, perverted loser who's bringing the show down.
Oh, boy.
Mr. X should have kicked John's ass, another one goes. There's nothing more disgusting than someone farting at the dinner table. Of course, he didn't care if nobody could finish their dinner because he doesn't pay for anything. And finally, I cannot believe that any one of you would defend John for ripping one at a nice social gathering of friends. What a pig. Let's not forget that this is the same guy that took a pee in a pop can because he's too lazy to walk to the bathroom. This guy is truly disgusting. So a lot of people agree with Mr. X. I thought Mr. X overreacted, but maybe I'm seeing it wrong.
Thank you.
You like what Mr. X did?
No, I'm simply saying we are numb to John. And you don't realize how incredibly offensive he can be to somebody who's not around him all the time.
Well, before you get too enthusiastic about the email, here's someone who criticizes Mr. X.
Okay.
Mr. X is a big fag for dumping water on John. Did you happen to catch Meet the Folks this year, where one of the fathers dumped water on one of the boys for stealing food off his plate at dinner? I think everyone in the country was thinking the dad was a big ass. Who does that? Seriously, chicks and queers are the only ones who dump water on people. And even then, it's only in the movies. So there it is.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of people wrote in saying Martin Lawrence was a sucky guest. Oh. Jesus Christ, Martin Lawrence must be one of the dumbest celebrity guests you've ever had on your show. There were times during the segment that I couldn't tell if it was really Martin Lawrence or Beetlejuice. A lot of people said that he sounded like Beetlejuice.
He sounds like Beetlejuice?
Keep him off the show. He's annoying and has nothing interesting to say. I had to turn off my radio a few times because I could hear his voice and wanted to punch the wall near me. Jeff the Drunk forms better sentences than Martin Lawrence, that jerk. That's what it says here.
No.
Tell Howard we didn't miss the Martin Lawrence interview because of the bleeps. We tuned out because he sucked. No reason to listen to Martin Lawrence. Martin Lawrence is a half-pint homo punk ass. He talks about banging other guys in his act just like his fag buddy Eddie Murphy. Then he sits there and won't answer any questions about Eddie Murphy and threatens to set it off up in here when you ask him the same question twice or call his whore a broad. Who the F is he kidding? Anybody could kick his fag ass. And I'm sure glad that God taught him how to swear so good after he blessed him. Yeah, God blessed you if you were praying to a midget fag. More Chuck Zito and Snoop Dogg.
Oh.
Well, emails are getting into it.
Another guy complains about Cabby's Trim Spot commercials. He says, if I have to listen to Cabby say, changed my life one more time on a Trim Spot commercial, I'm going to lose my friggin' mind. Please, no more. You know, maybe a new bit. Find a new spokesperson for Trim Spot. The first couple of commercials Cabby did for them was okay. This one is simply intolerable. You know. And then the most email came in about me and you not inviting Gary to my birthday dinner.
Dear. What happened now?
Oh, my God. Only one guy saw it straight and said, Gary is a little girl for complaining for not being at the dinner party. Tell Toothy to stop crying like a little girl. If he weren't so henpecked, he'd go out more often and people would want to include him. Stop crying, Toothy.
Oh.
But most of the email went like this. I love your show. And you, Howard, wow, I love you. But you should have at least invited Baba Booey out to the party. Where would you be without his abilities in producing the goddamn show? He does most of the work around there. He's entertaining, fun to listen to, fun to goof on, and you don't even have the decency to just invite him to your party. Invite him regardless of what you think his answer will be. At least he'll have been invited, you F-head. You have no excuse. I didn't want 2 tables. BS. Where would you be without Baba? He's great and needed on your show. Fun to goof on, fun to listen to, fun to hear all his input and stories and reminders to you. And Stump the Buoy is great, you selfish bastard.
Stump the Buoy!
Happy effing 49th, you a-hole.
Oh.
So, there it is. There it is.
I feel like we ought to have another dinner party and start with Gary.
Nobody bought my explanation that it wasn't really like a birthday dinner. Me and you were going out to dinner. In fact, I was going out to dinner with someone, and you kind of said, hey, I'll go to dinner with you guys.
That's what I said. I invited myself.
I know. I don't know. But no one's buying it.
No.
They don't believe it. They think that we excluded Baba Boohai. So, There it is.
Papa Bohai.
A lot of other emails, too. I mean, I could read you tons.
Dinner for Gary. That's what's next on.
Yeah, evidently. Now we got to go to dinner with Baba Booey. Who wants to do that?
Papa Booey.
So funny, too, because Baba Booey forwarded me. You know how they have Howard Stern alt.fan groups?
Right, all those, sites.
I stopped reading those years ago because it got too painful. Started making me doubt everything. Like, why am I even on the radio? But he forwarded me. There were people arguing about whether Gary should be at the... Listen to this. I'm just going to read to you.
This is hysterical.
That's crazy.
I can't believe Gary's not invited. The least they could do is invite him. Then he could turn it down. If he has kid timing problems, which apparently he often does, Baba is essential to the show. If he wasn't on the show, they'd be missing an important and needed element. His stories are almost always entertaining. I like Stump the Buoy and all his additions to and reminders to Howard during the show. He's vital and fun, even if they're only goofing on his breath and teeth and lips. He does more work than anyone else. He deserves better. It's almost like the other letter. And it goes on and on.
Everybody on his side?
Yeah. How rude and effed up. Gary has family values. Gary's life is together and real. And because of those reasons, Gary's excluded from the Howard Stern Ass Kissers birthday celebration. I could understand if Gary feels abused by the non-invite. But he should also feel relieved not to have to sit there with the rest of his true whack pack, Robin, Artie, Stuttering John, and their other halves. Fred wasn't invited either. Stern. Could it be that he wouldn't go if invited? Could it be that his wife, Allison, doesn't kiss Howard's ass off the air? Fred's a family man now. He doesn't really fit in with the rest of the losers. Good for him. I wonder who would be better at telling Howard to F off. Allison Norris or Mary Baba Booey. So the theory is that we don't invite Fred and Gary, according to this woman, because the wives don't kiss my ass enough.
I see. Okay.
Well, there you go. Now you figured it out. You better tell your wife to kiss my ass.
I'm working on it.
That's right.
Take a memo.
Then someone else points out on this thing, Stuttering John has a kid or kids. Yeah, it says, but social services should really take them from that drunken, nitrous, huffing, disgusting bastard. The best show ever regarding Stuttering John was the Thanksgiving story about Stuttering John's mother-in-law and how she reamed him in front of the entire dinner party for being a drunken pig. You know, and then it goes on and on and on. Unreal. Here's another person saying that Gary and Fred off the air won't go along with the "She Is So Hot" rap about, I guess, about Beth.
Oh.
You know, that they don't kiss Beth's ass enough. Or that Howard has the best dog in the world crap.
Oh, my. No, I don't think, well, maybe the dog was talked about on Saturday.
Gary only can bring himself to be scripted in the ass-kissing on the radio. He won't do it off the air.
Everybody's jumping on that bandwagon, huh?
Fred always remains silent, but someday I have high hopes that Fred will speak up and it'll be fantastic.
Me too.
So there it is.
Well, then why was Gary asking to be invited if he doesn't want to be there anyway?
I don't know.
Jeez.
Hopefully, Howard one day will say something that is taboo regarding Fred and his wife, and Fred will become unglued. If there really is a God, let it be on the air. Oh, I've seen Fred get unglued.
Oh, yeah.
Very easily. It's not pleasant. But it is good radio.
They like to step around that one.
I loved when Fred left the building.
Oh, yeah.
Because I went through his bag. That was the best show ever. And
There's been a couple of times he's quit.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was the bag.
Oh,
Maggie got very upset.
Fred, I'll never do it again.
I got upset, but I didn't leave the building.
When did you quit? There was one time you quit, and I had to call you. You quit the movie.
I think it was because of the a-hole who called up with the Rainbow Room thing.
Is that the Rainbow Room was the quitting day?
That was upsetting.
Fred quit the show and quit the movie, the middle production.
He couldn't show up at the movie, he said, because if he wasn't working on the show anymore, how could he still be in the movie?
Hey, because you committed, and it's a couple of $1 million budget.
And the movie was about, years before that.
That's right. You got to go.
They could have gotten Christian Slater.
If you're a professional, you go, at least finish your obligation, and then quit. That's what I got pissed off about. I mean, it was terrible, yeah.
That was Fred unglued. I've never seen Fred like that ever, except for the time he went through his bag.
Yeah, I'm never doing that again. Boy, I took a lot of crap for that. But boy, was that fun.
Like the other 18 million people. Back. Yes, I did not tackle Howard.
We found some weird crap in that bag.
Well, I remember the premise was that what was in the bag belonged to you anyway.
Yes, I really felt that way. I felt like, hey, the guy won't show me anything he writes for the show. I'm going to go in and take it. It's my property. The guy writes stuff. He just won't show it to me.
Yeah. Well, what about stuff that wasn't like your stuff?
Oh, that personal book that you were reading?
Yeah, exactly.
That was the greatest.
Do you remember we treated that bag?
I loved it.
We treated that bag like we were the bomb squad. Like we were afraid to touch it.
I know. Everybody was taking the edges and pulling them apart.
I'm sure since that show he's had a mousetrap in there waiting for me to go back in. So I'm going to just snap on my fingers.
It's anthrax.
You still carry the bag, right?
I still carry a bag, but not that bag.
Do you keep personal things in there?
Yeah, bananas and muffins.
That's it. No more books or...
No more books.
Yeah.
I can't trust anybody.
Right. Because I'll do it again at some point. I would. I really would. In fact, I'm thinking about doing it right now.
Oh, that was funny.
Just be my guest.
Yeah.
There you go. There's a bag.
There's his bag. Oh, he carries a plastic bag.
Donuts.
I roll it. All right. Anyway, those are some of the email that I wanted to share with you. That's what's going on.
All right. That's how people feel.
Here's King of All Blacks. Go ahead, King.
Hey, yes, I'm on the cell phone, so it might be kind of choppy, but when he spilled that water on John didn't react, and that was good because he really was doing it to you. He can't stand you. He's jealous of you, and trust me, I wish I could be at Robin's house where he talks about you at night. I really believe that.
Well, Robin, does he talk about me?
No. You know, I have an edict. People don't talk about you to me unless they have something nice to say.
Well, sometimes black people can hold stuff in. He's very angry that she has to make money with the, quote, white man. You know what I mean? I think he's like,
Don't you think you're projecting your own thoughts onto this?
No.
Exactly. You've never met the man. What gives you this impression?
Because I'm very smart. I don't have to meet somebody to know how they are.
He's like Kreskin.
Why meet them? It would ruin your theory.
Do you think Mr. X harbors resentment toward me?
It might be a little... I'm sure he sometimes has, you know, he wonders about my feelings for you as opposed to him. I'm sure there's a little bit of competition.
Really? Well, I'm going to stay away from him.
So when he spilled the water on John, you should have got mad because that's what he was spilling it on you.
All right. Okay. Well, Robin agrees with you. Thank you.
And Howard.
I think Mr. X knows in the back of his mind that Robin would drop him for me.
Exactly.
Thank you. All right. Okay. You made a good point.
But he also likes you very much.
He does, right?
Yeah.
But I want to say one more thing.
You know, Robin didn't help me at all. One time she called Mr. X Howard at the Christmas party. And that didn't help.
Hey, hey, Howard.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard. Is he one of those bougie kind of niggas, or he's just a regular black person like? You know
He's a regular black person.
Bougie.
He's not a bougie.
He's like you.
And you know they're suing me at my job?
No.
They're trying to sue me for calling black people niggas, and we all black down here. The black people are trying to sue me.
Good.
What do you mean? I thought that was acceptable, that black people could call each other niggers.
In what world?
And I hear it on...
It's never been tested legally.
You mean, who are you calling I assume nigga, not nigger?
No, I said niggas.
Niggas.
But that's what I call... When the white person say, hey, nigga, I turn around. I told them that's what black people are. That is. I mean, what's the problem? It's not going to change.
Are you the only one who uses the term?
Yeah.
Well, there's a problem.
But wait a second. Who is suing you exactly? Other garbage men?
Yeah.
Because you say, hey, my nigga, come here.
No, I just be like, you know, I get mad sometimes, and I say, you niggas don't do this, and you niggas don't do that. You know what I mean?
Well, are you a supervisor?
They start not to like it. I've been there 15 years, and they start not to like it.
I see.
But I wanted to say something. Yesterday, I was really touched by something you said. And it really touched me when some guy called up and said, what makes you cry? And you said, thinking about your father.
That's true.
I wonder what you meant by that, because I do the same thing. Do you think because he's going to die soon, or that he's old?
Well, I think there's been a lot of missed opportunities between me and my father.
Oh. I thought it was something like...
I think that my father and I don't necessarily... we have a nice relationship, but he doesn't really know me all that well, and I don't know much about him.
I swear.
And I think that...
You know what I wish? I wish I could die before my parents died, because if they die, I swear, man, I would know what to do.
You really ought to grow up.
Yeah, you got to become a man.
No, I'm serious, man.
I'm serious, too.
I love them.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, they must be real nice.
They are nice.
No, they crippled you.
But they're getting old.
I think his parents have money, and he's angling to get some more inheritance.
No, he doesn't want them to die because they take care of him. He still doesn't have to be an adult.
Right.
He doesn't have to really take care of
I got my own house. I take care of my... Come on.
You know, Dad always bails you out when you get in trouble.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, there's a whole thing going on there.
He's bougie.
Hey, let me ask you something. How much are they suing you for at work?
They don't know. They just said it yesterday. It was like I got a letter, a letter from supervision, and it's a whole thing. But, so they can't bring me down. I'm the king. How they going to bring me down?
It's a good defense.
Will you continue to call your fellow black people niggas?
No, niggers.
Oh, niggers. Will you continue to call them niggers?
That's not right. I know. You know what? They're right, but now it's turning into war. I can't back down. I gotta say what I gotta say. But I'm gonna keep my job. I got 5 more years. I'm retiring. I'm still young.
How do you know you're going to keep your job if you keep up these antics?
I don't know.
Dad, get ready to bail him out again.
All right, King of All Blacks, I got to take a break. It's fascinating.
I love you.
I love you, and I love dipping into your world like you wouldn't believe.
Thank you.
Take care, King. There's the King who's out there picking up garbage and getting sued by his fellow workers. We're going to take a break. We're going to be back right after these words.
Howard Stern. Does anybody know what that freak said?
I think so.
Awesome. Totally awesome.
The Crackhead Bob game on the Howard Stern Show.
Yeah, that was a good game. Love that game.
I'm so sorry that he doesn't feel he can even visit us anymore.
I know, it's very sad. We make good pets. Coming in at number 1 on my list. Fabulous. What the hell's his name?
Perry Farrell.
Perry Farrell. Peripheral. Oh, we're not going to hear it? Okay. I thought we were building up to something here. I want to say something here real quick, and I'm not going to dwell on this. But, I was watching the American Music Awards, the People's Choice Awards. And, some of the people who write the greatest music or create the greatest movies aren't always rewarded. And a band was brought to my attention a couple of months ago that I think has created something different, something special. They've given the public exactly what they wanted, new kinds of music that I think that the public has been demanding, and that we want to see change in the musical industry. We don't want the same old, same old. And when a band steps forward and
often they're not embraced.
Yes. They're not
at the very beginning of their careers.
So I am going to create something called the Howard Stern Award. And today I would like to present the first Howard Stern Award, or the HSA as they call it.
And what is this award about?
Excellence in music for people who do something original.
Innovation.
Right. And I would like to introduce the recipient, the first Howard Stern Award. It's not a physical award, it's a mental award.
You can tell people you got it.
You tell people you have it. And really, it's fitting that this be a mental award, because this show is like a mental ward. and I would like to introduce to you, bring them in now, the recipients of the Howard Stern Award, the HSA. Ladies and gentlemen, the creators of this song received. Here they are, Dick Delicious and the Tasty Testicles. The first Howard Stern Award for original musical excellence.
I don't even know what to say, man.
Well,
I mean, it's like,
thank you very much, Howard.
Everyone who writes in on our email, people who call in, love Dick Delicious and the Tasty Testicles. They love what you guys are about. They love the diarrhea song. I've played it many, many times. Who wrote it?
Thank you.
You're Dick Delicious?
He wrote it.
Who's Dick Delicious?
I'm Dick Delicious.
I'm Hugh G. Rection.
You're Hugh?
I wrote the diarrhea song.
Your name is Hugh?
Hugh G. Rection.
Hugh G. Rection.
Exactly.
And you're Dick Delicious?
Yes, sir.
All right. You wrote this?
I'm Stu Patasso. This is our drummer.
Oh, this band has suffered. I'll give you a brief history because I don't want to dwell on this. Dick Delicious and the Tasty Testicles went through 19 drummers.
Really?
It's actually 11.
Oh.
Yes, like Spinal
All
Tap.
drummers go to 11.
What happened that you can't hold on to a drummer? Is it because you guys don't make a lot of money?
Mostly because he's gay. And we make fun of our drummers a lot, and they quit because we're jerks.
Yeah, but it doesn't bother me at all because I'm a jerk too. The two of us are really hard to work with.
Yeah, we're very hard. We're professionalists.
Do you guys perform? Are you guys drunk right now?
Slightly.
Yeah.
Among other things.
Yeah.
Dick, you took, 500 acid trips, I read?
At least.
Wow.
Yeah.
A day. A day alone.
It's very good.
And you brought your groupies with you?
Always,
yes. Your name is what?
Lola Bloya.
Lola Bloya. And who are you, ma'am?
Lollipop Lollipus.
Lollipop Lollipus. Wow. And who is this gentleman at the end?
I'm just a token Jew.
This is our friend Paul from he owns Consumption Junction.
Which is what? As a website.
Yes. It's a website. I'm here just primarily to just drink a lot.
He's really mostly the guy who gave us all the stuff.
Where do you guys live so the people can get to really know?
We are from Atlanta, Georgia.
From Atlanta, Georgia. How long has Dick Delicious and the Tasty Testicles been together?
Unfortunately, for 10 years.
Right. Have you made any money, or is it really difficult?
Look how we're living.
I mean, look at this. Look at this coat. Look at this coat.
Yeah, we're not really exactly.
You live with your parents?
No.
You
live with supermodels.
No, I live with his mom.
So
I live with his parents.
All right.
His mom's supporting us.
The band is struggling, and that's...
Do they make a living off their music, or do they still have other jobs?
What do you think, Rob?
Is that a joke?
Yes.
I just want the kids
That's the best one I've heard all day.
I just want the kids to know where it's at.
So mostly why we are still doing this is it gives us an excuse to go from state to state and get drunk in different states.
Do you go to...
And spend lots of money.
Do you play in clubs?
Yeah,
where people can see you around. So Dick Delicious, and the only other band out of Atlanta that comes to mind is R.E.M., right?
And there are Athens.
Athens. And so it's really it's your two bands that are really making waves.
What about
Nashville Pussy, too.
Yeah, Nashville Pussy's big. What about Atlanta Rhythm Section?
Georgia Satellite.
They're kind of...
Like back in the 70s, I think we sold our souls to Satan with them. But that was back when bands were doing that.
Well, let me just give a quick history because you guys deserve it. You've written a song that really has taken our show and elevated it.
Are we going to hear any other Dick Delicious?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Probably not.
No, we are so much more than just a one-hit wonder.
I know you have 3 albums. Let me mention your 3 albums.
All right.
Your album, Bigger Than Ron Jeremy, features the songs Last Man and the Gangbang. And, and some of them I can't even say. Okay, well, here's one. You have your album, We Sold Our Souls for Sloppy Holes. Wet Sloppy Holes.
Sloppy Holes.
And also the song, which was another hit for you, Thick Cheesy Discharge and Diarrhea.
Yes, they
on the same album, believe it or not.
They're all buying us these coats that you see before you right now.
And your other hit single, F.U.B., which is Fat Ugly Bitch, and also Waking Up in a Pool of Vomit and Dirty Needles. It's all out there. All this music is out there.
You can get this on the Internet, I imagine.
You can get it on the Internet.
Or you can buy them from our website, dickd.com.
Yeah, really, we don't even want labels to mess with us because we're getting $15 a CD. And every time Howard Stern, serious though, every time you guys mention us, so many of those fly off our website. You wouldn't believe it.
Well, good, because you guys deserve it. You've written something here that we honor. The idea that you do not want interest from the big record labels, don't worry. I don't think they're interested.
Yeah. We're not concerned.
All right, good.
Now, do these girls really follow these guys around? And, they're real groupies.
And you have sex with...
I've been with them since the very first show.
You're a nice-looking girl. Do you have sex with the band?
Him and him. But never me, because I'm too much of a slut.
Oh, wait, I thought you said stupid asshole is gay. He's not gay?
No, I'm not gay.
No, he is gay. Look at him. Look at him.
See, they're trying to get
Dick Delicious, you can't get aroused? Yeah. Is that true what your groupie is saying?
No,
Dick Delicious has a small penis. That's why she won't have sex with him.
I'm the only girl in Atlanta that hasn't slept with him.
Oh, okay. So you're turned off by the fact that he sleeps with so many women.
Or it could be it's like...
And what about
my penis now? It's like...
Wait. What about Lick-A-Lot-of-Puss? Are you having sex with the band, too?
No.
Oh, really?
You are not.
No.
You don't have sex with the band?
She has sex with me.
With the band.
Why? You're a groupie.
Oh,
I'm not a groupie.
All right.
She's lying.
She's lying to her gold cap teeth. Don't listen to that.
All right. Well,
in fact, if you want to, like, maybe she could say that if, like, the history of her sex life only went back about 45 minutes.
Dick, I've read so much about the band. You know I'm a fan. All you guys have really put together something original. I've never heard a song like Diarrhea, and I don't think I ever will again.
Thank you very much.
And
probably don't want to.
There's one interesting fact that I wanted to mention. Dick Delicious himself, aside from being in this fabulous band that we honor today, Dick appeared several times on the Jerry Springer Show, posing as a pimp.
Oh, really?
And you are totally honest. You blew the lid off the Jerry Springer Show. You say the entire episode was scripted by the show's producers.
Yeah, from the get.
So it's totally phony.
Phony as can be.
Phony as can
All
be.
the fights
Absolutely.
were scripted, everything.
The one thing I can say for the fights is among the few people that I did know that were going to be on the episode, we agreed to, like, actually kick each other's ass. Like, so that element of it might have been real, but the rest of it was all... straight up.
Dick, I know you wanted to thank some people, especially people who make LSD. You wanted to ask them to make more?
They should make more. I mean,
you love this. I found it to be one of the most deadly drugs on the planet, but you love it so much you were arrested for possession of LSD and served 7.5 months in prison. Is that correct?
I'd do it 7 more times.
You would, for your LSD?
No, I mean, it's a good drug. I mean, it's like... what
do you get out of it?
What do you expect from your drugs?
Just massive hallucinations and jail terms. I mean, come on.
Was it tough? Where'd you serve your time?
In Georgia. It sucked.
It sucked with the
inmates? It was a boot camp.
Were the inmates tough on you?
Nah.
He made some special friends.
Whoa. We still ride each other.
All right. Well, listen, never mind that. Let's not bring up your problems. Let's only honor your music. The song Diarrhea, we love it, and you are the recipients of the first Howard Stern Award. The band has really distinguished themselves. Remember, Dick Delicious and the Tasty Testicles, Dick Delicious, U.G. Rection, Stu Pidasso.
Those are when you reserve our wing at the Betty Ford Clinic, do it under those 3 names, please.
Lola Blow-Ya, thank you, and Lollipop-a-Lop-to-Puss, thank you.
Thank you.
And your Jewish friend over there too, who is
ThompsonJunction.com.
Who's hitting on the Jägermeister very heavily.
Yeah, Jewish guy down in Jaeger.
Yeah.
Well, I'd also like to note that we are playing at the Continental tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. That would be Thursday.
And you should go to dickd.com. That's our website. That's where we make millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars and buy our CDs and stuff.
All right.
We need the money.
And nice to meet the band. Congratulations. It's really good to see the people behind the real music.
Yeah, aren't we beautiful?
There they are, the creators of Diarrhea. I love it. I might flush my toilet, that plays.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. I love that song. I think it's terrific.
Dick Delicious, an interesting guy.
Yeah. One of your kind of guys.
Yeah.
You'd like to hang out with that band.
Yeah.
I mean, who wouldn't want to hang out with that band for at least a weekend?
You think he could last the whole weekend?
I mean, maybe in the old days.
There's your reality show. See if you can last a weekend with Dick Delicious and the Tasty Testicles. Oh, those guys are terrific.
Live their life.
Trying to get the kids off ecstasy and on LSD.
Yeah,
right.
DickDelicious.com. And the guys will be at the Continental in Manhattan tomorrow night at 11 o'clock. I'm going to try and get over there, but it's way too late for me. I was hoping they'd do it on Friday night. Well, you know, I was going to do the rest of the top 5, but it's so boring compared to Dick Delicious and the Tasty Testicles.
How do you follow that?
I mean, look at number 5. It's Bump, Bump, Bump by Hook. Song Bonnie and Clyde. That's Beyonce, too. Nelly's got the number 3 song, Air Force One. Number 2 is Work It.
Is it worth it? Let me work it.
Missy Elliott. And number 1 is those songs All Might Be. Where does it compare to this? I mean, really. Come on. All right. I love it.
Stupidasso.
I like that guy, Stupidasso.
Yeah, he just keeps it real.
He's keeping it real and keeping it nappy, which I respect. All right, anyway. We got to take a break. When we come back, so much going on, including an incredible episode of Stump the Buoy.
Stump the Buoy!
We got another person willing to come in here and possibly humiliate a family member.
I read about this guy. This guy has driven in his car. He claims he beat Bowie every time, hands down. In fact, he says, "Thank you, Howard, for allowing me to be the first person to come in here and beat the pants off Baba Booey in Stump the Buoy."
Stump the Buoy!
He is so confident that he will beat the Booster. He offers his naked sister and $500 if he loses.
Amazing.
Great.
His naked, I think, 28-year-old sister.
Ooh.
Very young.
Young enough.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so
It should be interesting.
Turn up the heat.
Baba Booey said to me, I got to win this one.
Honestly, after Gary's performance lately, who would think they could beat him? But this guy says yes.
Gary's been unstoppable.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back right after these words.
It's the Clash of the Titans. The Idiots, Elegant Elliot, and Baba Booey.
I have the stipulation. Just give us the stipulation. We don't care.
You know, Gary Dell'Abate.
Are we going to
Listen, Chipmunk. Chipmunk, you sound better when you're quiet, Chipmunk. Chimpanzee, you sound better when you're quiet.
You are a cross-dresser, you moron.
Genius.
The Howard Stern Show.
Hey-oh. Hey now. Hey now. All right.
Hey now. I have some upsetting news.
What's your upsetting news?
The Stump the Buoy guy canceled. The sister backed out.
Oh, son of a bitch.
So, you know what? If anybody can get here 45 minutes with their sister, it's $5,000 you can win.
Don't even tell me that.
Are you kidding? He just called?
Well, we might have made the game so threatening that people don't want their sisters to get undressed.
Well, he says the sister backed out. He wasn't feeling...
He was so convinced he was going to win. Oh, well. That's a disappointment. I was looking forward to that.
Me too.
Something on the line there. It's a dangerous game.
You know who I'd like to see you play?
Who?
Our music director.
I can beat him, but it'll be close.
You can beat him?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because we play messing around in the office from time to time.
He told me he could kick your ass.
Yeah. You know what? If you play gay disco music, he can kick my ass.
Whoa.
No, he knows a lot. He was a club DJ, so he knows all this like weird sort of club music that I don't consider hits.
You talking about Mike Peer?
Yeah, but he does know a lot about music.
Yeah. Does he have a hot sister?
I don't know.
You don't know. Robin, why don't you play him? Would you be willing to get nude?
No.
No? I tell you what, I'll play him and you get nude, Robin.
I'm willing to watch.
If I win, can I pour a pitcher of water on Mr. X?
I'd love to watch.
What about one of the Dick Delicious groupies?
Why don't you play Mike Peer today?
I would.
I'd just like to watch you play. I know Mike's got a hot wife. That's the buzz I hear. Should let her just get topless.
Well, if he's so confident.
Yeah.
Get her down here.
I don't know if I ever met his wife.
I didn't. I just heard that she's hot. Stoner and John told me. Well, all right. Oh, what a drag. I love that game.
Yeah.
You know who the guy is that supposedly can kick my butt? Is Kane.
The guy with the ripped abs?
Yeah.
Get him on here. I'll listen to that. Tell Kane to get down here real quick.
Okay.
Is he capable of waking up early?
It's hard to say.
Would Kane be willing to get nude if he loses?
Probably.
Will he take his shirt off?
His ripped abs?
Yeah. If he loses, can we see his abs? Kane says he can beat you?
Everybody says that, I've heard Kane do it a little bit, and he knows stuff that's just so incredibly obscure.
Really?
Right. Well, great. Let's have a showdown.
I don't even understand knowing any of this stuff.
Me neither.
I'm a little sick of, man, every chick in the world digs Kane. It's unbelievable. Cabby's mother walked out of the studio, and she was like, doing the fanning herself. She's like, oh, my God, he's so good looking.
He can't help that.
I know, but...
My girlfriend swears she's not turned on by Kane.
Can't you, why does he have to have it all?
I don't believe her.
Yeah.
She says that he's not my type. Well, if you were going out with me, would Kane be your type?
No.
I'm the anti-Kane.
You know what? I got to sort of believe her because she does love you.
Yeah, she loves me.
If she's acting like she loves you, she's the greatest actress in the world. Right. I mean, she really just has that look in her eye when she looks at you.
She couldn't notice Kane and find him attractive even though she loves Howard?
She sees men that are attractive. But she swears to me Kane's not that hot.
But she does like Tom Chiasano.
Thinks Tom's hot. Yeah, see?
Will she tell you an actor that she thinks is really good looking that she likes?
Oh, yeah.
Like who?
Well, Brad Pitt is like...
He's the epitome.
She would totally dump me for Brad Pitt.
I can't have Matt Damon
If he walked in, you'd have to say goodbye, Beth.
Yes.
She wouldn't dump. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
You really think that?
Why she'd do him?
I was at this bar in New York once, and George Clooney was there, and me and Dana were there, and Dana asked me, she says, do you mind if I go look at George Clooney? And I go, I don't care. And she was there, and I'm going, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Clooney's in town this week. I'm trying to get him to come in.
I don't think he's doing our show anymore. I think he's risen above.
Yeah, well, he's too important.
There is something going on, because I was listening to John's interviews from last night, and I think George Clooney walked right by you, right, John?
Yeah, Clooney was there.
Clooney blew you off?
He's on crutches. I don't know why, but he...
How did he escape you if he's on crutches?
They were like the publicists was rushing him in, but they were pushing him in, and when he realized it was me, he tried getting out.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he did.
Oh, he did want to come over.
Yeah,
for you.
but the publicists don't let him.
John spoke to a couple of people. I could play those for you.
All right.
He spoke to Renee Zellweger. Is she in the movie?
She's in Chicago.
This is National Board of Review, where all the celebrities get to pat themselves on the back.
Howard, you should have seen who was there last night. Francis Ford Coppola, George Lucas. I mean, major stars.
Yeah, Richard Gere was there.
Richard Gere was there?
Yeah.
Was there.
Richard Gere? All right, here's Renee Zellweger, the very sexy actress.
She looked very cute.
Yeah, she's a cute girl. Got a great body. She's in Chicago, the movie.
Yeah, and I don't believe these anorexia things they're saying about her. She looks fine.
No, if anything, she could take off 10 pounds.
Yeah, Howard, that's exactly what I was going to say.
She can take off 10 pounds?
Absolutely.
I hope she's not listening.
Where, John? Where does she need to take it off?
Well, she wore a dress, and the photographer's like, make her take off her jacket, so she was in a dress, and her butt might have needed a little
Why, you're kidding.
exercise.
Well, you see? I mean, she's not anorexic.
Yeah, and her face is cute, but, some people say that it looks like she ate a lemon.
Right.
She has that,
pinched face.
But,
all right, here's John's stirring interview with Renee Zellweger.
Hi, Renee. It's John.
Hey, good. I'm good. How you doing?
Good. So what went wrong with Jim Carrey?
What a question. What a question. I don't know. What went wrong with your ex-wife?
I'm still with her, Renee, but you look beautiful tonight.
Well, let me ask you again next year. Thanks.
Do you think reality TV is out of control?
If this is reality TV, absolutely.
What do you think of Howard, Renee?
What do I think of Howard? Howard and I need to sit down and have a talk. Howard and I need to have a little chat.
All right, thanks, Renee.
I think Howard's a visionary, but we got to have a little chat. How are we going to have a little chat?
Come on the show tomorrow.
Absolutely not ever in your whole life. Because I ain't taking my clothes off. It's not going to happen.
Thanks, Renee. You look great.
She sounds drunk. I like that.
Yeah.
What are you two going to talk about?
Yeah. Hey, I don't know. I'll have a chat with her. What does she want to chat about?
She wants you to be nice to her, I'm sure, is the chat.
I am nice to her.
But you got to be nicer.
When we were at the MTV Awards...
I told everybody. I met her once. I sat next to her at the beauty parlor.
When you were both getting your hair done?
Yeah, I was getting my hair done. She was getting her hair done.
Your hair wrapped in foil, hers wrapped in foil.
Nothing like sitting next to Renee Zellweger getting my hair wrapped in foil.
Were you under one of those big blow dryers or something?
And, well, what happened was, after my movie, Colleen, who did my hair on the movie, made all the wigs and all that kind of stuff, she went to work on a Renee Zellweger film, and she said to me, Renee is like the nicest person she's ever met.
She is.
Raves about her. You met her?
I worked with her. I worked with her.
Person.
No, she doesn't.
Oh, she loves Cher. She loves everybody.
All right. She even loved me. So, Colleen, anyway, my hair was so badly damaged. Remember when I dyed my hair blue and all that?
Right. It was really stripped and split ends and all that stuff.
So, I don't color my hair or anything. I swear to God, I don't. But I had to go to the beauty parlor with her where they were going to color my hair so I get rid of all the blue and all the, stuff that I had damaged it with.
They were going to make it its real color again.
Yeah. That was the goal. So I go there, and they wrap you up with that gay tinfoil.
Man.
You know what I mean? And
it's funny.
Oh, it's unreal, and it's embarrassing because it's all women, and you're there getting your long hair done. And Colleen goes, oh, guess who's going to come here today? You're going to meet Renee Zellweger. I'm going to cut her hair. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, that's great.
While I'm sitting here like this.
So sure enough, he sits down. You know what I look, you know, I'm hideous enough, but can you imagine me with big parcels of tinfoil and a big bonnet on my head?
Oh, man.
So I wasn't looking my best. My manliness was definitely tucked between my legs.
Well, it sounds like she likes you, though.
Yeah, we had a nice conversation. She's got a smoking body, and she's very, very attractive.
I got to tell you, I worked with her for about a month, and she has the tightest body I ever saw in my life.
Yeah, I remember when she came to the table when we were at MTV, she was so tight. I mean, she was just...
She's really...
There was no fat on her.
Yeah, but here's what happened. She had to gain that weight for that Bridget Jones diary. I don't know if it all came off yet.
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah, but MTV, her body was perfect.
I don't know. I mean...
And, like, what did she say to you, MTV? Because she came over and started, like talking to you in private, but she didn't want to...
I don't know. I don't remember.
I think I remember it was something to the effect of, I love you, but there's no way I'm sitting down here now with you guys.
Yeah, that was it.
You know what? She's a nice girl. She's a type of hot chick that makes you think like you have a shot.
Right,
yeah.
that's what I was
You know what I mean? Like
I thought...
She's sweet to everybody.
You know what? You're charging up my memory bank here because, you know what? I remember after the beauty parlor day,
right?
I was thinking, I think she digs me. I could get her. And then I went, you're an ass.
Well, I took it...
Yeah, I just say, you are a stupid ass.
I took it another step further. We were doing a movie, so we'd eat lunch together every day. And, I'm eating, on these movie sets, you get prime rib and lobster. I'm eating like a pig, and she would sit right across from me sometimes. We'd talk, and I go, hey. And so I made the mistake of telling one of the assistant directors, like this kid, I go, I don't know, I think Zellweger kind of likes me. The kid's probably still laughing. Like, he couldn't, he broke it. He goes, dude, what are you talking about?
With your track record, how could you think that?
I don't know, because she's that nice of a...
Artie's first girlfriend is Dana.
No.
Yeah.
Except for the hooker. You can't call the hooker your girlfriend.
Yeah, that's not a girlfriend, Artie.
No.
You've never had a girlfriend before.
Well, kind of.
No, you didn't.
Like
you can
in
come
high
clean.
school, maybe?
Have you gone out with anybody for...
No, he didn't have anyone in high school.
Even in high school.
Anybody longer than a year?
I had a girlfriend in high school.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Who did you have? Bring her in here.
All right, I'll bring her in.
I don't believe you.
But you were probably fit in high school.
It's so funny that you don't believe it.
I don't believe it. After high school, did you have any girlfriends?
Not for longer than a couple of months.
Months?
What does that have to do with Renee Zellweger?
You didn't have any girlfriends for a couple of months.
You were trying for months, and then you gave up.
Well, like dating. Dating.
Dating.
For 14 years?
Have you banged a lot of women, Art, that you have to pay for?
I'd say I have a decent total for someone who looks like me.
Is your number above or below for a lifetime, say 30?
It's above 30.
Wow. Okay, that's good for Artie.
Wait a second.
For total girls.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
You and your buddies never got a little drunk, went down to the Lincoln Tunnel.
I'm not counting that. I'm not counting. Not even a Lincoln Tunnel. That's not even a... Okay. Listen to me.
All right,
at Bachelor Party.
Okay.
We can't count that.
We can't count that.
That's not sex.
Well, you get oral.
All right.
Oh, you.
All right, let's go on with the interview.
You're that guy?
I'm not that guy. Believe me, I was one of 20 guys at every party.
All right, let's move on.
Oh, my goodness. Who are we sitting with?
Anyway, I think I had a shot at Renee Zellweger.
All right, so John...
she's with George Clooney now.
Yeah, well, okay, so she's with George Clooney.
John saw the movie critic Rex Reed, and John and Doug thought quickly because Rex Reed, I guess, years ago, had a problem at a record shop.
Yes.
Where they accused him of stealing 2 CDs.
Shoplifting, yeah.
They accused him of shoplifting. Whatever happened with that?
I think he had to plead out. There was a trial and everything.
Wow. Well, anyway, so thinking quickly, here's John.
Hey, Rex, can we ask you a question? What do you think about Winona Ryder shoplifting?
I don't think anything at all about it.
Yeah? Rex, did that happen to you once, Rex?
No.
Those are good.
The laugh.
Winona was stealing clothes. He was in a record.
I can tell you, he took. I remember vividly. He took Carmen McRae's greatest hits. Which is what he ordered the record.
So gay. John ran into the brilliant film director Sidney Pollack. Isn't he a film director?
Yes. Yeah.
Tootsie. And
film director and actor.
Yeah. And there's a guy who really should be honored for his body of work.
Mr. Pollock, can we ask you a few questions?
Mr. Pollock.
Over here, Miss Pollock.
Please.
Hi. What's your greatest accomplishment?
My kids. I have two terrific kids.
If you found out that a fellow actor was gay, would you still be comfortable taking a bath with him?
I have to think about that. Probably.
I'm such a big fan of your movies. Do you think blacks should be allowed to adopt?
What? Are you crazy? Yeah.
What do you think of Howard Stern?
What do you think of Howard Stern?
I love him. How about you?
Thank you so much.
You like him?
Sometimes.
See his movie Private Parts? Thanks a lot, Mr. Pollock. Big fan.
Mr. Pollock not seeing Private Parts.
No, I'm shocked.
Mr. Pollock.
Mr. Pollock. By the way, charges against Rex Reed were dismissed.
Oh, they were
good.
That's right. So he wasn't like Winona Ryder.
That's why he said that.
That's right.
He answered correctly.
Well, he should have stopped and made that determination.
Yes, he should have made that clear to the public through our show.
Well, I remember he said he just forgot they were in his pocket.
Right. Anybody remember a guy named Marty Richards? John was at an event many, many years ago, back about 10 years ago. And he was doing his interviews, and a guy came over and bitch-slapped him, an old man.
Yes, I know that guy gives a big charity ball or something.
The red ball.
And he came over and bitch-slapped John. And John could have kicked his ass, but he didn't. And,
he restrained himself.
John ran into Marty Richards.
Well, can I ask a few questions? Yes, hi. Okay.
John's disguising his voice.
Wow. Last time he punched me, that was good. He claimed I was calling blacks the N-word.
Okay.
That was his reason for hitting me.
And you were not doing that?
No. Do you think blacks should be allowed to adopt?
Oh, I know who we are again.
Jesus!
Wow, John,
I know who we are again. It's interesting. He's so old. He's like, I know who we are.
And he gets so mad. It's like he gets so pissed off that it's me.
He turns red.
Yeah.
Did he bitch slap you again?
No.
No. All right. There's Marty Richards.
Whatever came of that case? You didn't file charges?
No, I know. I don't want to file charges.
No, that's not entirely true.
You filed charges.
Yeah, unless I end up in the hospital for, 6 hours.
Yeah. He sued Sharon Stone.
And
right?
how'd that go?
It's been a while.
It never went. We didn't have to.
Oh, they threw you out?
Oh, went out? They threw you out of court?
Let's just say it was settled.
It was settled.
Wow.
Oh.
You got a nickel out of Sharon Stone?
I'm not saying I got
you're my idol.
I'm just saying, I don't think I'm allowed to say anything.
All right.
Settled? Oh, I had no idea.
See, John finally has something he's not allowed to say.
Hello, house with a soda.
Howard, you know what was the worst part about that? I got punched by Sharon Stone's bodyguard, and he really put the people jumping on me. I was in a hospital,
right?
And I sat on the gurney at the hospital, and I got up, and my whole back of my pants, everything was full of urine. Someone had gone to the bathroom on the gurney, and then and then I'm walking down the hall, and the doctor goes, "Man, what happened?" I go, "It was the gurney." He goes, "Yeah, right."
Oh.
So he thought I wet my pants.
Right. And finally, where was this interview?
This was at some event at it was like a concert. It was a concert.
John interviewed some chick who works on a soap opera. Real nice chick. She talked to him and everything. But I'm not a fan of soap operas. I don't even know who she is. Is she famous?
Apparently so. There were only celebrities there, but she's really hot. But I don't know.
You don't know her name either?
No, she says her name on there.
It's Terry Colombino from As the World Turns.
Listen to her interview.
Hi, Devin. Who are you?
Terry Colombino.
Oh, Terry.
As the World Turns.
What do you do that makes you famous?
Well, I don't know. I'm on a soap opera.
Oh, you're on a soap opera. You're hot, by the way.
Thank you.
Is it your boyfriend?
Yeah, well, husband, actually.
Oh, look at his hair.
What? What's wrong with his hair?
Hey, when you see a good-looking girl, you have to put down the man she's with.
What's wrong with his hair?
It was like spiked up.
Look at his hair.
So inappropriate.
Hey, if you found out that a fellow actor was gay, would you still be comfortable taking a bath with her?
With her? Sure.
Do you think God likes us more than the terrorists?
Absolutely.
Would you cut off your leg if you could have prevented the terrorist attacks?
The whole thing? Oh, that's a tough one. Yeah, I guess I probably would. But not both, just one.
Have you ever used a racial slur?
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't know. Nigger.
Have you ever had a homosexual fantasy?
Yeah, I've had a dream.
Do you have any funny duty stories?
Any what?
Do you have any funny duty stories?
Oh, duty? I don't think so. I have to think about that one.
When you use the N-word, how will you, like, can you use it in a sentence for me?
Oh, well, then I get in trouble. I don't mean to do it when I do it. It's just,
It's actually in the script that you did that.
Oh, stop defending her. Here we go. Let me answer the question. Do you regret that you did not do more to help the victims of 9/11?
I wanted to see you say that. Do the little thing. I'm a huge fan, by the way.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Very high. You should come in for It's Just Wrong.
No, I can't do that. I don't have any sisters.
Do you regret that you did not do more to help the victims of 9/11?
No, I did a lot, actually. We weren't in town. We were on our honeymoon during September 11th. But when we got back, we did some charity work, and we're still trying to do as much as we can.
Well, thanks again. And what's your name again?
Terry Colombino.
Terry, big hug. Nice shot, dude. Oh, do you have anything special that you want to say to Howard?
I love him. He's gorgeous.
Look at that. Are you blind?
No. It's all from within.
John. Well, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Terry.
This is your buddy here.
I like that she admitted that she used the N-word and said she doesn't mean to do it, but she, I guess...
It just slips out.
It slips out.
John asked 10 celebrities last night that same question. Every one of them said no, and they're lying.
I'll tell you what, I've never used the N-word.
No, but have you made any sort of a racial slur of any kind?
No.
I guess Indians?
No.
It happens.
Not in my personal life, only on the air.
I've never...
That doesn't count?
No.
I've never made a racial slur unless I'm watching a game I got to bet on. Then, I mean, but that's
different.
Everything's fine.
That doesn't count.
Right, that's like the 50-mile rule.
But John's a funny guy, too. John's like a sexual harasser. Because if he sees a hot chick, he always has to hug them when he's done with the interview.
Give me a break. I'm married. That's all I got.
So that's all I got. Pete Townsend...
all he has is the creepiness.
And that hot wife of yours. That's all you have.
That's all you got. He got a hot wife, exactly.
I do. I have a great wife.
Exactly.
She's beautiful.
Your wife is attractive.
No, she is.
And she just,
very cute.
It still amazes me. She still loves him.
I know guys who were married.
Somebody said Susanna looked like someone the other night, and it was very accurate.
Really?
Attractive woman.
Drew Barrymore?
No, your wife's hotter than that, dude.
She is.
Thinner.
Definitely thinner. So anyway, this Pete Townsend story gets a little weirder.
All right, what's weird about it now?
Pete's just kind of creepy. I don't care what anyone says.
How did it get weirder?
It got weirder, trust me, because I guess a few months ago, Pete had issued a statement about child porn on his website.
There was a letter on his website, and it was on for about a year, according to some people.
Yeah, and it just sounds weird. There is hardly a man I know, this is a quote, who uses computers who will not admit to surfing casually sometimes to find pornography. I have done it. Okay, I agree with that.
All right, so far so good.
The pathway to free pedophilic imagery is, as it were, laid out like a free line of cocaine at a decadent cocktail party. Only the strong-willed or terminally uncurious can resist. Now, that gets creepy. I have been on the Internet now for 10 years.
And you haven't run into one site, and if you did, you'd keep going.
I have never run into a pedophile site. I wouldn't even know how to get to a pedophile site. And
I'm sure it's very easy if you're looking for one, but you're not looking.
Yeah, I've never woken up and said, I need to... and I'm a curious guy. You know that. I am curious yellow. But I got to tell you something. I've never said, gee, I wonder what those pedophile sites look like.
Yeah, how did they get to those sites?
I got to tell you. And I don't think I'm terminally uncurious. I think he's got some demons in him. He wants to see...
Talking about even the mildly curious would have to do this, and that's not true. He's trying to compare himself to the average guy, and obviously he ain't average.
All right, listen to this statement. I can assure everyone reading this that if they go off in pursuit of images of pedophilic rape, they will find them. I urge them not to do that. I pray, too, that they don't happen upon such images as I did, by accident. If they do, they may, like me, become so enraged and disturbed that their dreams are forever haunted.
Oh, my goodness.
This guy's a little too involved.
Yeah, he saw a picture and now his dreams are haunted forever?
Yeah. And if he saw one picture that his dreams were haunted, why didn't he go right to the cops?
No, he went on again.
Exactly.
All right, and then Townsend has remained mum since his arrest, but in his year-old letter, he expressed concern that innocent people could end up under arrest by police on a witch hunt to catch anyone visiting illicit websites. He noted that he accidentally stumbled upon a kiddie porn site in 1997 when he typed several harmless words into a search engine. Has this happened to anybody else?
What were the words?
Boy rape.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what they were. They don't say.
Little League.
Within about 10 minutes, I was confronted with a free image of a male infant of about 2 years old being sodomized by an unseen man.
Oh man, that is...
Oh, I'm going to throw up.
Like the devil.
Townsend, have you ever seen any of this?
No.
Me neither. Townsend says, I reached for the phone. I intended to call the police. Okay.
What happened?
And take them through the process I had stumbled upon and bring the pornographer involved
to justice.
Then I thought twice about it. He said he consulted a lawyer who advised me to do nothing. He advised me that I most certainly should not download the image as evidence. So I did as he advised. Nothing.
Wait, who's this lawyer?
I don't know.
It was from NAMBLA?
Yeah.
It was the NAMBLA attorney.
All I know is the cops set up a boy website hoping to trap dudes.
Guess who they caught?
Guess who they caught? Pete Townsend. Townsend's arrest was the latest of more than 1,300 in England to date for a far-ranging probe that is expected to reach into Parliament in the next few weeks, according to published reports in London. Well, I just want to go on record as saying anyone in Parliament who was caught in this was doing research for a book they were writing. Look, I don't know all the details, but...
Well, that letter isn't helping. Let's say that.
Yeah.
Man, that is evil. I don't know as infants they're doing this. It's
awful what people are capable of.
Oh, my God.
Anthony, you're on the air.
What's up, Howard?
Hey, brother.
Listen, I don't want I don't mean to come to Peter Townsend's defense. To tell you the truth, I don't even know who he is. But I can tell you this.
Guy's a musical genius.
All right, fair enough. But if you go on any of the music downloading programs like Morpheus or Napster or any of those things, and you type in keywords looking for pornography, you get all kinds of crazy stuff, man.
I've gotten almost teenage sluts and stuff like that, where they're like chicks who look young but they're not young.
Right.
You know, they put like an 18-year-old in some bobby socks.
Right.
But
the thing is,
some knee highs. I've gotten that, but I think that's legal. I don't know.
If you're downloading that stuff, anytime anybody uploads anything into that computer, and you're searching under those things, it just searches through their entire hard drive. So
I've gotten legitimate porn, but not this illegal stuff. Porn. Yeah, like adult porn.
Oh, okay.
I never gotten a kiddie porn on one of those pop-up menus, and that's not what they're talking about.
From women with animals to
they're talking about Townsend was paid to go into a site and buy kiddie porn.
Really?
Yeah, he uses crack. That's what I'm talking about.
Crazy things just pop up on me, man.
This ain't no pop-up menu.
Yeah. All right, Howard, listen, have a good day, all right?
Later, bro.
All right.
Paul.
Hello?
What's up?
Hey, good morning. Yeah. For Pete Townsend to find this stuff, it's really not easy to do. I don't know. Usually through chat rooms, you get underground Russian stuff.
Yeah.
And the URLs are very, very complicated.
Right, you don't just get a pop-up menu of kiddie porn.
Howard, I run an adult website, 21 and over. There's something called Adult Sites Against Pornography. If you go to I think it's ASAP.com. You can go there, and they list all the people that are busted. It's not that easy. He went overboard to try to find these sites. It's not easy to find. You can't find them on pop-ups.
Exactly my point.
That you can't find them. You need to.
Are you okay?
Yeah, dude, are you going to have a heart attack?
I'm all upset because, I have children.
I thought I heard a kid in the background.
You mind if I take some pictures of them in a Cub Scout uniform? All right. Take it easy. Calm down. Rob, you're on the air.
Yeah, Howard, how could you say that you never used the racial slur all those times you were getting your butt kicked by those nice Roosevelt boys?
Never did.
Never, ever. You never felt bad about that? And let it slip out a little bit, the N-word?
No, I never felt that I was being beaten. It's very funny. I never had racist feelings when I was being beaten.
You're a better man than me, Howard.
I am a better man than you. I swear to God, it wasn't about that. I thought because I was a victim of their hatred, but I didn't feel that way about the people in Roosevelt. I didn't feel that they were, I didn't think N-word. I want to kick that N-word's ass. I'm telling you, I never did. And maybe I'm some sort of guru or saint, but I just didn't have those feelings. Honest to God, I didn't.
When you're young and you're going through that is hard to believe.
Let me just say this for
Never
all
had that
of you
feeling.
who want to congratulate yourself for not saying the N-word. That's not the only way to identify a racist.
Yeah, well, I might be a racist, but I never use the N-word.
Right. What are the other ways, Robin?
When you walk down the street, you see a big black guy and you quickly cross.
the street.
That would be it. I'll tell you what, I hated the Jews more than I hated the blacks because my parents were Jewish and they didn't get me the hell out of that black neighborhood.
He was always going,
those damn Jews won't get me out of here. How do you think that might have been racist? But what can I tell you? Riley Martin, who regularly speaks to aliens, is on the phone. Riley.
Hey, Howard, how are you?
How you doing there?
Great, Howard. How you been? Hello, Robin. I still love you.
Well, Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year, darling. Hey, how you been, man?
I've been all right.
Yeah,
How are you? You on the straight and narrow, my friend?
Yeah, right. I must admit that at some point in my life, I have grievously used the N-word.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, you see what I mean?
Yeah, is there a black man, though?
Yeah, well, my goodness, so was the N.
Well,
the N guy.
Well, let me just say that Riley is a man who has written several books on encounters with aliens, and also recently did some prison time,
right?
Which he was unfortunately incarcerated for something that he did not mean to do. Isn't that right?
Oh, yeah, basically, that's it.
Yeah.
At least I didn't rob 30,000 citizens of their entire life savings through Enron and build $100 million house on top of a hill and stand up there urinating down on the world while I played golf with the president.
You were just trying to get high a little bit and do a little coke.
At the time. Yeah, but of course all that's over, Howard.
Yeah, by the way,
Look,
I agree with your point. Enron, a lot more serious than Riley Martin doing a little coke.
Right. But of course, I've been clean for years, man. But that's neither here nor there now.
So do you
the book is back. The book.
Ever since he's been clean, he hasn't seen any aliens.
Yeah, right, Howard. The book is back in print.
Oh no.
Oh. Yeah, because everybody wants it.
Thank goodness.
The book is back in print.
The Coming of Tan.
Go to the website, The Coming of Tan, TAN, thecomingoftan.com.
What is it, Gary?
I got to say something. Good thing. Riley, it's a good thing you're not ripping anybody off by selling a book telling them you met aliens.
Yeah, right. Otherwise, it's like this.
He goes, yeah.
Yeah, it's like this. You guys think perhaps you can sit down here and shoot at an Arab whose entire Air Force consists of a tobacco can with wings glued onto it or something like that. And
are you an American?
Rob the entire world while you're doing it. Well, that's not.
What do you mean, you guys?
Aliens tell you this?
Hey,
well, my goodness, my dear, unless you're brain damaged, you already know this.
Not for nothing here, my friend, but I got to take umbrage with what you just said. Listen, you're an American.
Yeah, of course I am.
And when 9/11 happened,
and I told you about 9/11 2 years before it happened.
And when the Twin Towers, no, you didn't. And when the Twin Towers went down, we're all called upon by our country to either support the continued existence of this country or the extinction of this country.
Now, what side are you on?
Now, you with us or you against us?
I am with you, Howard.
All right, then you get ready to kick some ass over there.
Nonetheless, some little, say for instance, some little African in a wayward country somewhere that's mistreating somebody else need not necessarily mean that he bombed the towers or that we got to kill him and put our young men in harm's way. Nonetheless, that's okay. I understand that.
Well, there are many wrongs in the world.
Cool, but then
there are many wrongs in the world. There are many wrongs in the world, and you're right. We can't right every wrong, but this is one hell of a wrong we can right.
Right.
We're going to bomb those mother effers, get rid of Saddam Hussein, send a message to those countries that we can topple your ass if you continue with your nonsense. I like it. I want to kill everyone.
You're under the erroneous impression that I do not agree with getting rid of bad guys. All I'm saying is don't get carried away while the common citizen starves and gets robbed out of his life savings while we are
that's something else.
Somebody.
That's something else, too.
Yeah, you understand? Okay, keep it in perspective.
Keep it real, man.
It's better, as Gary
keep
said.
it in perspective.
Only to take a few dollars.
Robin, why am I arguing with a guy who sees aliens? I mean, really, come on.
Yeah, well...
Anyway, what did the aliens think?
The aliens are here to watch the demise of this planetary body. We don't have a lot of time, Howard.
There's not going to be any demise.
This thing, it only begins where it begins. Now it's going to escalate.
Who told you this? Extraterrestrial?
A very terrible thing for all of humanity. You're sitting on tinderbox.
Dock of the Bay.
You understand? You're sitting on a tinderbox, Howard. I love you, but all I'm telling you is that keep things in perspective. Because there are bad people in the world, let's kill the entire world until everybody becomes pure.
I'm with you.
You understand? So don't get me wrong, Howard. You know me, man.
I know you, man. I know you, all right.
Happy birthday, Howard.
Thank you, brother. Riley Martin, thecomingoftan.com. Thank you, Riley.
Read all about it.
Read all about it. Stranger than truth. Hunted.
If the aliens are still coming to get him before everything blows up.
Yeah, well, you have that conversation off the air.
I don't know what he's worried about. He's got an out.
I got no Stump the Buoy today. I'm disappointed. Thought I was going to see some naked women.
Stump the Buoy!
Hey, Howard.
Hey, James, what's up?
Hey, listen, I have a great challenge for Baba Booey.
Go ahead.
I want to find my real mother. I've been listening to this thing with Cabby for, a few weeks now. Mm-hmm. And I know that I could probably give a good challenge to Baba Booey in Stump the Buoy.
Okay.
My girlfriend is also interested in coming down and showing you her 100% real breast.
Okay.
If I lose.
Right.
And I even would even, play a test round on the air, right now if you wanted to.
So what you're saying is if you win, you want Gary to find your parent?
I want him to help me find my real mother. I've been looking for...
You know what? We're never doing that again. Right, Gary?
Well, dude, you know I am... Let me tell you something. I'm not Cabby.
Here's the deal. If you win $5,000. All I gotta do is use a service that cost me $3,000. So I'll give you the name of the service and keep the extra $2,000.
Right. You can hire him yourself.
All right, that's a great idea.
But here's the deal.
What?
Yes, sir.
Sounds like your girlfriend's a little too willing to get naked. Where's your sister?
She's a huge fan of yours.
What about your sister?
Oh, you don't want to see my sister naked, dude.
Oh, yes, we do.
No, you don't.
What's the first digit of her weight?
She's a big girl.
Oh, yeah.
Over 200?
And your girlfriend's hot?
Yeah, she's real hot.
What's she do for a living?
She's a teacher.
Oh, that's perfect. All right, we'll let you play.
Better, huh?
But you got to get totally naked.
All right, yeah, she'll do that.
Can you do it tomorrow?
Nice, clean shaven.
Will you play tomorrow?
Absolutely. We'll come down tomorrow.
Where are you now?
We're in New Hampshire.
All right, hold on. You got to beat this guy.
Not a problem.
A New Hampshire school teacher? I'd like to see that naked.
What grade does she teach?
I got to make the stakes a little higher. Hold on a second. Get that guy on the phone. Hey, James.
Yeah.
We get to squeeze her boobs if you lose.
She'd totally be into that.
All right, hold on.
What grade does she teach, though?
What grade does she teach?
She teaches middle school, 6th and 7th grade.
Good.
Wow.
And there's a lot of kids there that want to squeeze those breasts, I'm sure.
All right, hold on.
All right, buddy.
You got to make her put something between her legs and carry it over to me, even if it's like a nickel.
We'll see.
Problem is you can't rattle this guy. He seems like too into everything.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we got to squeeze. All of us are going to squeeze her boobs. Okay.
Yeah, great. I'm sure she'd love it.
She'd be into it.
What's wrong with guys who don't care if someone else squeezes their girlfriend's boobs?
Oh, I couldn't deal with that.
Don't ask.
Howard, you and I talked about this before. I used to have a guy that followed me around and early on and would ask me to bang his girlfriend.
Really?
That's a very strange thing.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
I have met those guys, though. If you're a celebrity, it's okay.
Yeah, in D.C., I met a guy who offered me his girlfriend. Told me I could bang her. He said, you're the only guy I'll let bang my girlfriend. I go, really? You know who else told me that? Marilyn Manson, when he was dating Rose McGowan.
Yeah.
He goes, you're the only dude I'd let bang my girlfriend. Now I realize he was just trying to unload her on me.
God.
He was hoping.
Yeah.
When am I going to get to that level? Dudes just offer me peace.
Howard.
Bobby.
Yeah, what's up? Howard, I was at the PNC Arts Center for a Who show. Pete plays the song The Kids Are All Right. It's a song about the kids, happiness, and whatnot. And they played a very acoustic version.
Okay.
At the end of the song, Howard, Pete turns around and says, the kids are all right, and I like them young. And Roger turns around and gives him a dirty look. Totally inappropriate, totally out of sync. And the crowd kind of reacted as well. Now, I was there with 15,000 other people. And that went down. Also, and get Gary in on this, listen to the lyrics, Rough Boys. Come over here, I want to bite and kiss you. I want to buy you leather. Also note that Pete Townsend...
No, I don't listen to those lyrics. They're too creepy.
Might make
it was a great hit.
For some kitty porn.
My creepy meter just pinned over to the right-hand side.
It would make a great bit just to listen to it and comment on it.
All right.
Read them out loud.
I don't have them in front of me. Gary probably knows them by heart.
All right, thank you.
All right, Howard.
I pulled that song yesterday, but it was too
it's
creepy.
Funny because I used to, even when I heard that song before this happened, I used to think, that's a weird song.
No. Yeah, if you want to get creeped out, like it's thicker.
I mean, the lyric that always freaked me out was when he says, rough boys, I want to bite and kiss you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand that.
It's a joke. It's supposed to be funny.
It's not a joke.
You see that? If you didn't love Pete Townsend, you'd probably be kicking his ass right now, Casey.
No, he wouldn't, because Casey's a questionable.
Bite and kiss you. I mean, what else could that mean?
You know what that means?
Yeah, he said, I want to buy you leather.
So what you're talking about, those little the young male prostitutes that hang out in the street?
I guess so.
Yeah, I mean, we can't be seen together. Then he says, tough kids, what can I do? I'm so weak. Didn't he say that?
Yeah, I want to buy you leather?
I mean, it's just, arrest him. That's it.
Just play this song. That's evidence.
What's with Roger Daltrey singing it?
He doesn't know what it means.
That's Pete solo.
But
that's Pete Townsend solo?
That's Pete Townsend,
he sounds good. Sounds like Roger Daltrey.
That's the screwed up thing. He's great.
I know. He is a genius.
All right, so let him off the hook.
No, the guys that hate gay people and they're all freaked out if someone acts a little weird around them.
Homophobic.
So he said, homophobic. So he's saying he was want to bite and kiss you and buy you leather and stuff like that, and that's what freaks these guys out.
Now, how do you know that?
You don't know what he meant.
I know what he meant.
That's what he's saying. But how do you know he wasn't saying?
You're reading into it, Casey.
No, I'm not. That's what it means. You got to let this guy off the hook.
Who cares? You know what?
Guy off the hook.
Eric, you're on the air.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Hey, brother.
Just wondering, it's your birthday recently, right?
Yes.
And what are you, 40?
I'm 49.
How old is Imus?
Like 90.
I was watching TV, and the guy looks like he's 150.
I know.
You know what's weird about him, Howard?
He's really decrepit. Why is he still in radio? Like what's driving his ass?
He sucks.
Not only does he suck, he's just... Like, what? He has punctured lungs. His lungs collapse. He's got terrible health problems.
You can hear it in his voice. Like, I was listening a little bit to over the vacation.
Yeah.
And he has no breath left. Like his voice is weak.
And he's got phlegm. And he's an old...
Is he like that woman we were listening to the other day trying to get out that story?
Yeah, well, I assume that he's...
Looks like a grandpa.
I assume that the guy's got enough money.
All I know is one day somebody called me and said, "Quick, you got to turn on TV," and he had the oxygen thing under his nose.
He had a cannula in his...
Yeah, that was really weird.
Ooh, that's brutal.
That's just not fun.
More funny.
More fun.
Howard, how do you stay looking in such good shape, though? You exercise?
I tell you, I'm lucky, man. I really do look a lot younger than guys my age.
But you also did do every drug in the world.
Yeah.
You weren't a terrible alcoholic.
Not a terrible alcoholic.
You're not a loser like Imus.
Right.
You're not an alcoholic.
You my Caucasian, Howard. You my Caucasian.
You don't think I'm an alcoholic, do you?
No.
No, I'm really not.
No. Kidding me? What am I if you're an alcoholic?
Oh, you got problems.
You're an alcoholic.
I am not, first of all.
Okay.
Hey, Howard.
Society with labels. You bang one whore, Jesus.
Howard.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to do Son on the Beach again?
No, they canceled it.
Why?
Well, we had 3 seasons.
Going into withdrawals.
I had 3 seasons, and it was their #1 show. I don't know.
Makes no sense at all.
Kevin Riley said that he wants to change directions. The guys who wrote it and produced it, I thought were great, and I thought the show had some more life in it, but evidently it didn't.
It was a great E! show last night.
Yeah, I heard. What was it?
It was, one of those hot chicks.
Yeah, forget which one it was yesterday, but you're in the top 5 of the countdown to the 25 hottest shows.
Yeah.
What's going to be on tonight?
#3 is going to be on tonight. We're almost at #1. The #3 show. I don't know which one it is. What is it? Here comes Robin Rudzinski.
Sorry, I haven't given you a plug yet. It's Gymnast Wants Implants. Erica.
I remember the gymnast.
The gymnast who wants implants. Erica.
If it's #3, it must be good.
Oh, it's way hot. Wait till you see this chick.
Everybody was in love with this girl.
Yeah.
Hey, Howard.
That should have been #1. I bet it was tough deciding the top 3.
It was nearly impossible, but wait until you see the top 2. You'll totally agree with the decision.
I can't believe you're back and alive.
Yeah.
Rob Brzezinski goes on adventurous vacations.
She's so funny.
Where'd she go? Like Africa?
She went to Africa, and she said one of the group, she went with 2 friends, and they tried to climb Kilimanjaro, and one of them got, real altitude sickness, and they had to stop.
Wasn't your friend brought down on a stretcher?
No, she wasn't, but there were other people being brought down on stretchers while we were climbing up.
Great.
Sounds like fun.
Sounds like a good time.
You know what? It was a beautiful walk. It was a beautiful hike up the mountain.
Yeah. How long did it take you to get to Africa?
It was, 8 hours to London. From London to Nairobi was another 9 hours.
Oh.
Then we had to fly to Kilimanjaro.
What do you fly to Kilimanjaro on?
One of those little planes.
A little puddle jumper.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a little scary.
Whoa.
Kilimanjaro.
Yeah.
Does that sound relaxing to you at all?
It's not relaxing.
Not even close.
Do you feel refreshed?
I do, actually. It's good for the soul to see how other cultures live and to experience
Really?
the world.
Yeah.
She did feel a little, you got nauseous and headachy from the wall?
Well, that's the altitude. You're just going to have to push through that. That's how it feels at a high altitude. You get a little nauseous.
Did you make fun of the natives, at least?
No.
And their backward life?
No, there was nothing to make fun of.
Yes. Did you use any racial slurs?
You didn't eat monkey brain?
I didn't eat any monkey brain. I don't eat meat.
What did you eat?
Fruits and vegetables, nuts and cheese.
Nice. Well, looks good on you, honey.
Yeah. She's got that Zanzibar tan.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's plenty to eat. There's plenty to eat besides animals.
Bang any Africans?
No, I didn't.
No massage?
No massages.
No massage, nothing. Nothing happened.
No.
Nothing sexy.
Nothing really sexy happened, no.
Racist.
What, those little guys on the mountain don't need sex?
Those Sherpas?
What are you uptight about, Robin?
All right. Thank you, Robin. Good to have you back in one piece.
Thank you, my pleasure.
And a beautiful piece it is. A very beautiful woman. Robin Radzinski works very hard and then goes away and works even harder on vacation.
I was up the other night and I caught the E! show. One of the Hot 25 was a Tabitha Stevens one. And first of all, she looked amazing. It was great. But not to harp on something, but the E-scroll. I saw the worst one ever.
Oh, really?
It had Jennifer Aniston claimed she broke her toe on a piece of furniture. That was the headline.
That was the scroll under the show.
Why are you trying to watch our show?
Yeah, that's what it said, that she hit a piece of furniture with her toe. Whoa! And Tabitha Stevens is barking like a dog.
Yeah, I don't really need headlines during that. It's not that important.
Perfectly.
Jesus.
So that's that. I got so much to play for you. I tell you what, I got about a...
You know what we got to get? What they are releasing. Remember we were talking about Diana Ross and her being arrested for DWI?
Yeah.
It was videotaped.
Are they releasing that?
They're releasing the videotape.
Oh, we got to get that. We got to get that.
I can't wait to see that.
All right. I got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
When Howard Stern gave a breast to a lucky listener who only had one to begin with, here's what one family member had to say.
I just want to thank Howard Stern for doing that for her. That's all I want to say. Thank you very much. You made me feel so happy. Thank you very much.
Howard Stern, making dreams come true. Howard Stern.
I got to tell you, I think Pete Townshend's career is pretty much over. It's a joke because already the bad song parodies are coming in. And
we'll never be able to listen to these songs the same way.
Yeah, exactly. And now everything's about Pete and Young Boys. And
let me hear this.
Oh, they're coming in like crazy.
You got anything?
I got one. One of our board ops put this one together.
All right.
You know, it's just over for him. Here we go. It's funny already. In this one. Little boys, come be my toys. He's ruined. In my preteen playland. I wanna point and click. And I'll touch my dick. Watch little where you yell, Haley Joel Osment! It's all a preteen playland. Oh, I see. Preteen playland. Preteen playland. Jonathan Lipnicki. Preteen playland. They're all naked. I like all this stuff. Give you time to say goofy things. Maybe this is where you scream out, Haley Joel. Oh, I see. I see where we're going.
Looking at the screen.
There you go.
Oh, dear.
Preteen Playland.
He just yells out every kid celebrity.
Yeah.
Little Bow Wow! Oh. That, yeah,
that's something.
Might be done for Pete.
Yeah. Britney Spears' little sister. Oh. He'd be into Young Boys, I guess. Yeah. Sorry.
I mean, how freaky is it?
The Gerber baby. Oh. Give me the Gerber baby.
A Culkin, any Culkin.
All the Culkins. The Culkins. Elijah Wood. Elijah Wood. The Bad News Bears. Emmanuel Lewis. Oh, he's 31. But he looks really hot. Gary Coleman. Nickelodeon. Oh. The Mouseketeers. So there it is, the first of, I'm sure, many.
Yeah, can't wait.
We might have to get to work on a song parody of our own.
Get in there while it's still hot.
Yeah.
It just sucks. They're all great songs.
Yeah.
They're ruined.
Like, Bob O'Reilly is a great song, and now I'd rather hear the joke version of it.
Right. Speaking of joke versions of the news.
Well, you know what? He's supposedly dating a 28-year-old. That's news.
Yeah. Really? Well, I know people who know Pete Townsend pretty well, and he's always been into young girlfriends, but they're not even always young.
No, I mean, he's dated all across the board, but right now he's supposed to be seeing a 28-year-old.
Yeah.
You'd think she'd keep him pretty busy.
Jonathan, hi.
Hey, Howard.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, that Rough Boys. That was supposed to be a Who song, but Roger Daltrey refused to sing it.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah, you can look into it.
Wow.
All right, thanks.
Okay.
Debbie Schlussel, what's up?
Hey, Howard. Did you hear about Aretha Franklin's house that burned down?
Yes.
It burned down at the end of October, and this week the prosecutors in Oakland County, Michigan, where I live and where she lives, said that her house was burned down as a result of arson and that she is not cooperating with the investigation.
Hadn't heard about that.
And the house is worth about $1.6 million, 12 bedrooms. They caught some guy in her neighborhood who first said that he had nothing to do with it, and then they found that he had soot and smoke all over his clothes. And it says police declined to elaborate on what relationship there is between Franklin and the man. And apparently she did not live in this house. Says Franklin's son, Pete Calf, spelled K-E-C-A-L-F, said she was trying to sell the home at the time of the fire. And then it quotes the Oakland County prosecutor saying she was reluctant to divulge information and discuss the case with investigators. It quotes the prosecutor saying it's curious why she would not cooperate when when this property burned down. And they found lighter fluid, which means that that means it's arson. And the interesting thing is, so now everybody thinks that she might somehow be involved, even though police are saying she's not a suspect. So just like Oprah called Star Jones when she was under fire for not going to Afghanistan, Aretha called all of the female black news anchors that she's friends with here. And they all talked about it on the news in a way that I thought was kind of unprofessional for people that are supposed to be impartial journalists. This woman named Diana Lewis, who's on our ABC station, she said, "My friend Aretha called me tonight." It's just kind of ridiculous. I think it's pretty suspicious.
You banging anyone?
Howard, I don't discuss my private life.
Well, Howard, it's easy for you to make jokes at a time in Aretha Franklin's house was burned down by arson.
All I know is Al-Qaeda must have been...
Lock up all the musicians. Come on.
Al-Qaeda must have been quiet this week.
Yeah, really.
That's all I can think.
Really?
All right, thanks, Debbie.
Thanks, Howard.
I know.
They're all up to something, these musicians.
Everyone's up to something.
I'm glad you brought up Al-Qaeda, Howard, because...
Yeah, because why? I'm surprised you didn't go into a rant.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's pretty interesting. Okay, speaking of some funny news parodies, I want to play a couple of Onions that came in, two of them. These are pretty good, I thought.
Animal rights commandos kill 49 and save a rabbit. It's the Onion Radio News. I'm Doyle Redland. In the most brutal siege in the history of animal rights activism, a paramilitary squad of PETA commandos shot and killed 49 people while rescuing a rabbit at a Virginia cosmetics research facility late last night. They said the raid was meant to raise awareness of the horrors of animal research. The rabbit, a floppy-eared, speckled gray long hair with an adorable pink nose, was released into the wild. It was later eaten by feral dogs. Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News.
Love that. Like that guy, Doyle Redland. Love the Onion.
He's good.
The Onion newspaper, and I guess they got a website. Right?
Yeah, and a book, Ad Nauseum.
Right.
I have that. It's great.
Here's another one I thought was pretty good.
Craig Kilborn marries himself in a private ceremony. It's the Onion Radio News. I'm Doyle Redland. In a wedding he described as deeply moving, CBS late-night talk show host Craig Kilborn married his love of 36 years today, himself.
With all my heart and soul, I pledge myself forever to thee. So long as you live, you shall be cherished by me above all others.
Kilborn then boarded a private helicopter bound for a Catalina Island honeymoon, where he will spend 5 nights watching Spectravision and masturbating. Doyle Redland for the Onion Radio News.
Is there any buzz on him at all, Craig Kilborn? I never hear anyone say, did you see Craig Kilborn last night?
No. You never hear anybody say that.
He's lower on the buzzometer than Conan O'Brien.
I mean, yeah, I don't even realize the show's still on the air.
Dude, those guys have the best gigs in television. They're on after Letterman and after Leno. Nobody cares what their ratings are. You never read an article about their ratings. No one evaluates their ratings.
And they can go to bars and say, I have a TV show.
Yeah, every 3 months you'll read an article about my ratings, or, if I'm up, if I'm down, if I'm this. The reporters watch it like I'm the President of the United States. Because I'm in a high-profile position being on in the morning. Those guys are on, That's what you hope for in your career. An hour television show every night that nobody cares about.
Do you think Jon Stewart's in the same position because
Absolutely.
It's on Comedy Central?
Yeah. Would you have any idea if Jon Stewart gets any ratings?
No.
You ever notice, like in cable, they always go, Jon Stewart is up 23% from his... That means whatever they had on before had a .02, and Jon Stewart has a .023.
Like up 23% is literally like his uncle and aunt started to watch.
Right. Two more people were added.
If you've got a big family, you can beat the guy who you follow.
Well, somebody in Des Moines bought cable and watched it. You know, it's just nuts. Some of these guys get the same ratings as paid programming. If they ever examine the ratings, nobody would ever advertise on like Conan O'Brien.
But there are so many stations now, they got to have programming.
Yeah, well, Conan O'Brien gets like a 1.4.
And he's a hero.
He's a hero. The paid programming sometimes gets a 1.2.
What does Leno get, usually? Like,
good guess that only drops to about a 2 by the end of his hour.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, they lose tremendous audience. Well, have you ever tried to sit through an entire Leno show? Or a Letterman show, for that matter?
Not lately, because of this schedule.
And do you know anybody who does? No. So by the end of their shows, the ratings are almost gone. And then Kilborn and the other guy come on, Conan, and they basically have no audience, and nobody cares, and there's no pressure, and nobody, it makes no difference. They do those dumb bits they probably put a ton of effort into, and nobody watches, and nobody cares about.
That would be sweet. I'd like that Carson Daly slot. That's like doing a show in your living room.
Yeah, well, that's ridiculous.
You know, I mean,
that's the best job in television.
You just have fun, you know?
Yeah, like he does an interview and apparently doesn't care whether they get into a boring topic, doesn't move things along.
Right.
He sleeps during this.
He'll spend a half hour with a guy you never heard of and talk to him and basically have a pretty boring conversation.
He actually gets a lot of rest during this.
Yeah. That's amazing. Those are the cush jobs in television, boy. Yeah. I'll tell you.
That'd be sweet.
Oh, forget about it.
I wouldn't even paint my bald spot for that.
No, you wouldn't bother because no one would see it.
Nobody would know.
3 people be watching you. And you're a hero.
Yeah, you know.
And like on E, you know, some guy in California wrote an article about how, like, my career blows because, he only has a #1 radio show everywhere.
Right.
Howard Stern sucks because on E, he only gets a fraction of his audience. And I'm like, dude, you know they put Letterman on E, and Letterman didn't even get a blip on E.
Mm-hmm.
They put me on E. I'm their #1 show. You know how difficult it is night in and night out to get an audience on E television? Try it sometime. And we got the #1 show there. And some guy hammered me in an article.
Is that the one from the L.A. Times?
Yeah.
Over the vacation?
Yeah, he was saying, Howard Stern's responsible for all the new reality shows and language that we see on TV, but he better stick to radio because he sucks. All his other projects, like, he goes, his television shows suck because he doesn't get any ratings. And I'm like, well, on cable, I've got huge ratings.
You've been on E for almost 10 years.
Yeah, I'm going on 10 years.
Yeah,
I don't know. The guy's article was weird. Forgot to mention that I had 2 hit books. 2 #1 bestsellers that were the fastest-selling books in Simon & Schuster history. Right. At least one of them, and the other one for HarperCollins. Forgot to mention the fact that one of them was turned into a movie that generated $80 million, but he said that didn't do well. Mm-hmm. Then he said, he forgot to mention I've done pay-per-view specials, too, that were #1. In fact, they're the highest-grossing pay-per-view specials in the history of pay-per-view.
Didn't the movie open at #1 in the country?
Oh, not to mention that the soundtrack was the fastest-selling soundtrack to hit #1 in the history of the Billboard charts.
Well, how could a guy, not even to, like, how could a guy possibly say it's not successful if it opens #1?
That's like saying Steven Spielberg isn't successful.
Yeah.
I've generated billions of dollars in the entertainment industry. Billions, not millions, billions. And the guy's going to sit there and knock me. They love to knock me.
If you write for a major publication like the L.A. Times and you just have your own agenda, it's scary because you just write anything and so many people read it.
Not so many people, me. I read it and obsess on it. I want my place in history, goddammit. Because what else do I really have except that?
Well, you're doing all right. You got a bulldog.
Got a bulldog. Showed Artie pictures.
Yeah.
You got pictures of the dog?
I sure do.
Oh, you're pitiful.
There's one of the dogs.
Beth gave them to me.
There's one of the dog in Beth that looks like it could be right out. What's that magazine, Town and Country? Like, yeah. Very, very nice.
It's my life.
Pitiful.
Pitiful.
Carrying around pictures of a dog.
Beth gave it to me today before she left for L.A.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Good for her.
So what's it doing here?
She put it in my bag before I left, and, okay, I got a friggin' explanation.
Whatever.
I'm not some retard carrying around pictures of my dog. No offense, Fred.
I see no difference.
All right. Then I'll show you the pictures.
I see no difference. You're stuck, too.
All right. There'll be no goofing on me. I'm perfect. Oh, man. What can I tell you? We got to take a break. Oh, look who's on the phone.
Who?
Hey, Fred woke up.
Well, you got me intrigued.
Sounds like a fascinating...
It's nothing great. It's Stephen Baldwin.
Oh.
He wants to promote the Celebrity Mall. I don't care about it.
Is that
Are you watching it?
Funny to watch. They almost drowned him last week. That was the best TV I've seen in a long time.
I haven't watched it. If I just had like a...
They torture them, and I hope it continues.
I'll tell you.
That's what's fun.
How about this? Hey, Stephen, how you doing?
Hey, man.
You know, so Kathy Griffin is on Celebrity Mole with Stephen Baldwin. So I called Kathy and said, you know, Kathy's a great guest. I said, Kathy, I want to have Stephen in and you in to promote the mole. She goes, I will not appear on your show with Stephen Baldwin.
She's afraid of Stephen?
Afraid. She goes, I won't sit in the same room with Stephen Baldwin. I said, it'll be hysterical. It'll be great because you guys will mix it up. She goes, you know what? He doesn't get it. It's like, if you start mixing it up with him, he goes right to like, I'm going to beat you up and kill you.
He starts fighting with you?
Yeah, because he gets frustrated that he can't fight back, you know, with words. Because he's Cro-Magnon.
You know, I'm going to see her on Saturday.
Yeah.
Because she's on Hollywood Squares. I'm going to sit down at lunch with her and just, you know, tell her, like, we can put her in Robin's booth or something. But even verbally, I think she just says that he just gets vicious, even at a verbal level.
But that's a good idea, Gary. You know, seriously, separate her somewhere else. That's fine. Like, handcuff me, bring me in like Hannibal Lecter. I don't care.
Oh, that's funny.
That's great.
No, but you know what, though?
Yeah.
Seriously, we just shot the last episode last night, so now I know, like, who the mole is, because they don't tell you nothing.
Well, let me say something. You got a good idea. You got a good idea. That'd be funny. Tell Kathy that Stephen's willing to be strapped to a gurney with a mask, like Hannibal Lecter.
That's fine.
If she comes in.
That's fine. But I'll tell you right now, I'm not seriously,
what?
You better bring me in like Hannibal. And I want you to do me another favor. Bring her and bring that husband of hers, too.
Why?
You'll see.
He doesn't come on the air.
No, he should.
Why?
He should.
What's going on?
I will gnaw my way out.
That's what you're scaring her. You go too far.
Well, what if we have a stun gun?
Now we shot the last episode. I know who the mole is. I know who wins. I know everything. And let me tell you something. I want to tell you the truth about what happened, how it happened, and how she, like, this is the only chance she's ever going to get probably in her career to, like, expose herself and get, like, publicity. So she did it at the expense of a lot of other people. And
Wait. You're telling me that things are so bad between you and Kathy that if she comes in here, you don't know what you're capable of doing?
I want a straitjacket and the mask.
Wow.
So maybe she wasn't out of line.
You hate her?
No, I don't hate her because I don't hate anyone. You know what I mean? It's not like it's not like anybody like smacked me in the face or anything. But she's a little redheaded, weaselly stepchild. And
okay.
You know, it's just her tactics sucked.
But wasn't it a game?
It was a game, but that's not the point. It's like there's just one thing that went down a certain way.
Which is?
Well, let's put it this way. It's like she couldn't take the heat, so threatened to, like, get out of the kitchen. And she did it like a little wuss.
So you hate her? You do?
I don't hate her.
You hate her.
I don't hate her.
Why won't she appear with him?
No, I want to get in a room with her face-to-face and call her on all of her little wimpiness
And then if she mouths off, I better be in a straitjacket. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I'm not trying to make her look bad. The word came from her publicist, and it was just sort of like that, Steven just gets crazy, and instead of having a conversation...
That's not true.
Hold on, let me finish. The feeling is that instead of being able to have a conversation about what happened, you'll immediately go to, like, you're an ugly skank and just start yelling and screaming.
Not true. That's totally not true. I'll give you a little sniglet right now. And here's who backed me up. Adam Carolla. I did his show the other night.
All right.
I do Carolla's show the other night. And Carolla's a righteous guy. He turns around and he goes, she said I choked her on the show.
Right.
So I do this whole mock thing, actor guy. I've done stunts before. I'm kidding around and I pretend to choke her. And it's on camera and we're kidding around. Everybody's laughing. All of a sudden, she, takes a pen and stabs me in the hand.
Really?
Like, Howard, it wasn't like something like, okay, you want to play that way, I can play that way, too. It was like, some boyfriend in her past, choked her or something, and she, had a flashback and stabs me.
Wow.
And then, hours later, no, but check it out.
We got to get this going. Yeah. This is going to be great.
Hours later, I'm on some location doing the mole. And one of the producers comes up, in his Mercedes-Benz, and, pulls me to the side and says, hey, we got to talk. I go, what? He goes, Kathy's threatening to go home. And I go, what are you talking about? He goes, did you, choke her or something? And, I go, it was weird. She, flipped
So
out.
You're saying it was like a fake little phony kind of funny choke, and she freaked.
Adam Carolla do a show, last night or the night before, and he turns around and goes, she was claiming you choked her. I saw the tape. He goes, nothing happened.
Right.
Yeah, but see, she doesn't know you, Stephen, and I think that she feels that she doesn't know that you're joking. That was what I got from her. She doesn't understand that.
That's not my problem. If she has some, psychological retardedness.
I don't know. Who knows? This would be great.
Get the two of them in here and have, a people's court and determine who's right and who's wrong.
Let's take a few phone calls. Cooley, go ahead. Cooley, you're on the air with Stephen Baldwin.
Get him off the air, please. I'm going to beat up a girl. I'm really strong. I'm riding on my brother's coattails. Hang up.
All right. This is what happens.
Always calls.
I know, same guy. Let's go to Joe. Yes, Joe. Hey.
Who is it? Alec or Billy, whatever your name is.
Steven.
Whatever. Live right on your brother's coattails. Listen, the guys that deliver to your house and everything, man, you got to take care of them once in a while. And when you're walking across in Nyack, man, watch where you're going. Get off the phone. Okay.
All right, thank you.
That guy made some good points.
Joe, go ahead. You're on with Stephen Baldwin, the star of Celebrity Mole.
Robin, mi amore, che bella latteria cioccolato. Anyway, Howard, I still didn't get my prize. The prize you gave me, when am I going to get that thing?
Call 7 on your side, sir.
What prize did you win?
You people called me, still haven't given it.
What is your prize?
What?
What's your prize?
That Starlight dinner cruise for 2, but I want something. You said you'd give me something else, and I came up with something. Maybe you'd go for it.
What is it?
Lunch with Artie and Benji at the Brooklyn Diner. They pay.
Oh, hold on. I don't even know. If I legitimately owed a prize, hold on. We'll get to the bottom of it.
Starlight dinner.
Me and Benji will certainly take him out if it means not suing the company.
Certainly you want to go on a dinner cruise right now.
Hey, Robin.
Yes?
What do you mean, finally something you wanted to watch on the mole, they almost drowned me?
I said I'm enjoying television more than ever. Seeing you almost drown.
Steven.
What is that supposed to mean?
Hey, Steven, listen. Here's the deal.
I love to see celebrities tortured.
I'm going to try and get Kathy to come in here. Gary's going to see her this weekend on Hollywood Squares.
There's an hour-and-a-half lunch. Everybody sits around, and I'll talk to her.
All right, good. All right, because that'll be good radio, yes.
I never found out, was the Corbin Burnson and Stephen Baldwin fist fight real? Did that really happen?
There was a little thing that happened where he and I, for a millisecond, roughhoused, and it was just two guys kidding around who could totally handle themselves. She just exaggerated to make herself look good about a lot of stuff.
All right, why don't we save this for when she's here today?
Corbin Burnson isn't upset with you.
No, we're hanging out last night.
Marianne, go ahead. You're on with Stephen.
Stephen Baldwin, you molasses, you. That's what you are, a real molasses. If anybody had to choose between you and Kathy Griffin, they would choose Kathy. You are obnoxious. You've been calling Howard for years. You have no career. You suck. You are horrible. How dare you? And you know what? You should come in with your wife. So she has to come in with her husband. You're out of your mind. You're a mole ass.
All right, thank you.
Howard?
Yes, ma'am.
I love you, Howard.
Thank you.
And Howard, what about me for an SHSA award? All I need is Howard in my...
All right.
Jesus. Molasses.
Well, you know what's great is whenever you like put together this kind of a situation, all those like psychotic people come out.
There you go. Stephen calling people psychotic. I love that. Bobby, you're on the air.
Yeah, Stephen. Yo, I would like to be in the room with you and...
Hello?
He's gone.
He's gone.
Bad cell phone.
Peter, go ahead. Okay, no Peter?
Hello.
Yes.
Listen, Howard, I've been listening to you forever. This guy's about as exciting as my grandmother's sexual escapades.
All right.
Get this guy off. Enough with this Baldwin guy.
All right.
Done, he's over with. Please. Bring back China Man.
Stephen, is it over for you? Is this guy right?
Absolutely not. I'm now moving on to the most exciting part of my career. The best is yet to come.
All right, well, that's good to hear. And, Stephen, listen, I am going to arrange for you to be with Kathy Griffin, and you will consent to being in a Hannibal Lecter-type gurney situation.
Totally, but Gary, listen, man, it's very simple. I have no ill will. I don't hate her. I just want to get to the bottom of this.
Good. That's what I want to do.
But here's the thing. If she runs her mouth, I can't be responsible. So you better, like, chain me down.
Elrod, you're on the air.
Hey, what's up? Dude, Steve, what's up, dude?
What's up,
Elrod? How you doing, kid?
My Elrod?
You got it, baby. How you doing?
All right, so Elrod, check it out. I want you to call all the boys, all the old crew.
We will put the crew together, Steve, whatever you need me to do.
All right, and you tell the boys that whenever they set the date for me and the Kathy Griffin showdown, I need all the boys outside with all the stuff.
Well, there you go, Joe. You're on the air.
Hey, Steve, the Bucktooth Baldwin, you should have killed that bitch.
Exactly.
you Bucktooth bastard.
Exactly.
I watched a Stephen Baldwin movie the other night. Boy, was it out there.
What was that?
Was it called Zoolander Cafe? What was that thing called where you and your wife are swingers, Stephen? What was that?
Very old. It's an old picture in the filmography.
it was so funny. Stephen and his wife.
It's called Zebra Lounge.
Zebra Lounge. They're swingers, and they pick up this couple from the suburbs, and then Stephen just starts stalking them.
Really?
It's me and Christy Swanson.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man.
She's kind of hot.
She's a doll.
Yeah. All right, Stephen, I'm going to put it together.
You're the best.
Thank you. Stephen Baldwin, Celebrity Mole. I guess that airs, I don't know when.
It's on tonight.
All right, I'll watch it.
Yeah. It's on tonight, Celebrity Mall, and I'm telling you, man, you got to get me in a room with this kid.
All right, I will.
I'm going to rip her head off.
Take care, Stephen. All right, that's going to be good. You've got to convince her.
I will. I'll do my best.
She's never been afraid of good radio, that girl.
But she's afraid of Stephen. I've never seen her say no to anything.
Yeah, she says yes to shows that never even go on the air.
Well,
test shows.
He's not making any direct threats, so he just said he'll rip her head off.
And he's going to know his way out of the Hannibal Lecter outfit.
No way he's going to know his way out. We're going to have him tightly secured. All right, we'll be back with the news right after this.
Now, a man who doesn't drink, smoke, eat red meat, or stay up past 8 o'clock. A real Boy Scout, you might say. But then again, you'd be wrong. It's Howard Stern, whose Take No Prisoners brand of raunch radio has put him at the top of the heap. And now, ready or not, Howard Stern will be even more exposed in a new movie. Tonight, Howard Does Hollywood. Don't walk away. You gave me a gift and you're walking away with it? What's the matter with you?
What is this?
Gary and John got me something for my birthday. Which...
Abby, don't drop it.
Oh, wait.
It's
They come
heavy.
around here.
Don't drop
it. I got one arm on it.
It's reaching over everything.
I'm going to get a hernia. Thank you.
Okay, it's not that heavy.
Should I read the card?
Yeah.
E-I-E-I-O. Like I'm goofing on a guy. Just gave me a gift.
It's all right.
Something wrong with that. What a wonderful day. That's already funny. Dear Howard, happy birthday. Wishing you the best in the new year. John, I think it says. Love you, boss. Both. Gary. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, John. I don't know what I did to deserve this.
20 years of excellent radio and treating us well.
Thank you.
All right, excellent radio.
All right. From
Again, ignore the box.
Ignore the box.
Yeah.
Well, how am I going to open this, John? I don't know. I need a box cutter.
It's just Scotch tape.
It's a Scotch tape. It's completely... All right.
Jeez. I wanted to just give it to you.
Thank you.
It's supposed to wrap a gift.
Oh.
What is it? What is it?
It's an old radio.
Oh, they did that.
Well, and that's exactly what I would have bought. That's a nice one.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow. Does it really?
Yeah,
it's a Philco. See, I always goofed on guys in radio who had old radios, and now I'm one of those guys.
You wind up doing everything you goof on.
Pretty much these days, yeah.
You know what's fun? Wow,
that's not... Thanks, guys.
I got a bunch of old radios. It's fun to plug them in and then tune in like K-Rock or something.
Well, let me tell you something.
Is that one an AM and an FM?
I'm not sure. I haven't looked.
Gary and John, I want to thank you for this gift, because I have decided that I've made my living in radio. I've made my entire life radio. Everything else has suffered because of radio. I mean, I've put everything else aside. Everything. Radio has been number one in my life. It's been my muse. And I think I've denied that for too long. And with this radio, I will embrace my roots. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for this gift. I will put it on my shelf. And when I look at it, I will think of the two of you.
Sorry.
No, he's not going to put it on the shelf.
No, I will. I'm not making a joke. I don't know why you're laughing. You're uncomfortable with my feelings?
No, I know. I'm glad that you're going to do that. That's very nice. Hope you enjoy it.
I'm a little uncomfortable.
It's no Neil Young lithograph.
Right. Robin, what do you think about me embracing my radio roots?
Well, it's about time.
Yeah, when are you going to embrace yours? What do you think of that? I'm going to have an old radio from Gary and John sitting on my shelf.
I think that's just fine.
I'm surprised Gary didn't give you the gift at your party.
No, that's right.
Oh, Artie.
Sorry, Gary, you weren't invited.
That was not right.
But, Artie, that's wrong because it wasn't a party.
Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't a party.
Right.
Well, happy birthday.
Well, I can't tell you. That is really a great gift. Thank you. I appreciate it.
It's cool.
It is a cool gift.
Yeah.
And I'm glad now I'm going to have an old radio.
Jesus.
I'm very appreciative, Robin.
I'm glad. This is touching.
When you first listened to your radio shows, did you listen to one of those old through an old radio like that?
Dude, I'm a young guy.
That radio's from about 1944.
Like my dad would have an old radio like that. I had a modern radio.
I'm talking about when you were a kid, your father's radio.
Dickwad.
Did he have an old radio?
Did my dad have an old radio? No.
He wasn't even using that.
Yeah, by then, I mean, I had a regular, like, little table radio.
This is Howard Stern. Welcome to the Shadow.
Yeah, dude, that's my dad.
That radio's from 1920.
The Lone Ranger.
Good evening, Mr. North America.
No one knows where the shadow lurks.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Walter Winchell with the news.
I was at 21 having lunch today, and guess who's pregnant?
I'll tell you one radio moment I remember laying in bed. I listened to the Thriller in Manila on my little radio.
Really?
I did, because it was late at night. It didn't go on till like midnight, and it was past my bedtime, and I just laid in bed.
Yeah, probably on a transistor radio.
I did, and I listened to the Thriller in Manila.
One of the best fights ever.
Who'd you want to win?
Oh, please. Muhammad Ali.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. And the guy was like, he threw a left. He's throwing a right. Yes, it's going up. That was like a radio thing.
Down goes Frazier.
Yeah, I know Cosell called it for TV. I wonder if that was radio also.
I don't even remember.
No, I don't think so.
No. But I remember that. And then I used to listen to talk shows.
Yeah. But see, my parents were did you listen to Long John Nebel?
Listen to Long John Nebel and Brad Crandall. That was my big guy on NBC Radio at night. Brad Crandall, coast to coast. He'd call this dude up. I wonder if he's still alive. I'd lay there in bed, and this guy knew everything. Like, you'd call him up. I guess he was, like, in hardware and fix-it stuff. And, like, they'd go, Brad, I'm sitting here. I can't fix my door.
Oh, no.
And he'd go, well, what kind of frame you got there? And the guy go, well, I got an 870, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, well, what kind of ratchet you got there? And he'd say, okay. And then some lady would call up and go, you know, Brad, my husband is a real jerk. And he'd go,
he fixed everything.
He was like a fix-it guy, Brad Crandall. And he seemed like some, like, little tubby guy to me who smoked a pipe and, like, you know.
was wise.
And I guess I liked him because he listened.
I thought you liked Soupy Sales.
Soupy Sales, that was a big hero. He was on TV. He had a kiddie show. That was funny.
Soupy Sales Comedy Hour.
Yeah, I mean, I watch it now. I go, what the hell was I thinking? But I love Soupy, Brad Crandall, Long John Nebel. I loved Bob Grant was good.
Yep.
He was on WMCA.
Was it Barry Gray? Was that another one of those?
Barry Gray, I loved. That guy, he could speak 7 languages, that dude.
Oh, my God, him.
He'd be like, I want to tell you that the world will be run by communism. I've said it to many a group. I went and spoke to the nation of Hungarians, a small group out in Brooklyn, and I must tell you, ladies and gentlemen, communism is no joke. It is absolutely no joke. And he would use big words. And I loved it. I'd sit and listen to that little radio. I liked that.
That WMCA played in my house 24/7.
Loved it.
Even my parents wouldn't turn the radio off at night.
Yeah, all talk.
They'd go to sleep and leave the radio on.
Then they had Alex Bennett on there.
Yep.
He was like, for a while, like the hippie. And then they had...
Barry Farber? Was that another guy?
Barry Farber. As we said him already.
Did we?
Yeah, but there was another dude, Malachi McCord.
Yeah,
and a black guy.
The old bartender.
I love this black guy. Leon, he was the first black guy I ever heard on radio do a talk show. Leon, he used to play Moody Blues. Thinking is the best way to travel was his his theme song. And he'd come on at night. Leon somebody. I wish I could think of the dude's name.
You know what I always wanted to ask you? What was your history with Greg Fitzsimmons' father? Did you ever...
that was when I got to NBC. Greg Fitzsimmons' dad was on WNEW-AM.
Right.
And his dad was this guy named...
Was it Bill?
Bob Fitzsimmons.
Bob Fitzsimmons.
Yeah, Bob and Ray, right?
Bob Fitzsimmons wasn't Bob and Ray.
He wasn't?
No, Bob Fitzsimmons...
Under that impression all this time?
Hell no. Bob and Ray...
is the guy from Letterman's father.
Yeah, that's his father. Bob and Ray is his father. Chris Elliott. Right. Bob Elliott or Ray Elliott or somebody.
I think they're both his parents.
Yeah. Bob and Ray are both his parents. But no, Bob Fitzsimmons was an announcer.
Uh-huh.
And that whole station, like the old-time announcers hated me. I came on the radio and blew its ass up, and those guys hated it because I was getting big ratings on AM radio.
Right.
And it was forcing them to be personalities. And I don't know, one of them, Ted Brown, spoke out against me to my face at an advertising... NBC dragged me up to Westchester to an advertising council to try and get somebody to sponsor me.
Yeah, I've heard you tell that story before, yeah.
And he started ragging on me in front of the entire Westchester advertising council when I had to go rag on him. And it got real ugly.
Did you ever have any run-ins with Willie B. Williams?
No, but I had the big run-in with Ted Brown, the morning guy, and Ted Brown knew my dad and called my dad and said, "Have your son, please call your son off." And my father came to me and said, "Would you leave Ted Brown alone?" I said, "Dad, no. Ted Brown's a dick.
Wow,
and I ain't leaving him alone."
You called your
and
father?
I said, my dad ran into him at the track. And then my dad said, "You're not going to leave him alone?" He goes, screw him then.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because my dad was on my side.
What was the other family that you tormented? It was like 3 generations of morning guys?
The Gamblings.
Yes.
The Gamblings.
They were freaked out by you.
Yeah, gambling got me back a little bit, bit me in the ass.
Yeah.
You know that story, Robin?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. The real untalented son really took a whack at me. There were 3 generations of gamblings here in New York. The original grandfather was one of the original guys on radio and did an exercise show on radio. He turned it over to his son. And his son had a successful career doing nothing, just introducing the news.
Yeah.
His son retired. He gave it to his son. His son was my age, went to BU.
Yeah, you guys went to school together.
Yeah, well, I never knew him.
Uh-huh.
But I goofed on him relentlessly, of course, he has no talent.
Well, you goofed on the dad, and then you goofed on him.
I goofed on the dad and the son. The dad was a self-made guy, pretty much. He had a good sense of humor about it. I met him many times, and he was very nice to me. He could have cared less what I said.
Right.
He had a huge career, big yacht, and expensive homes, and the whole deal.
He had owned radio stations.
Yeah, oh, please.
He parlayed it into a big buck.
He was a real successful guy. The son, the grandson, if you will, had a chip on his shoulder. And that dickhead, he was something else. I was on Long Island. I wanted to move. And it meant sending the kids to private school. you know. And evidently the grandson sat on the board of the private school. I didn't want to send my kids to the goddamn private school anyway because it was so damn stuffy. I think it would have been horrible for my kids, but I don't know. There was this house I liked, and they kind of had a crappy school system, so I needed the private school. He sat on the board. He kept me out.
Right. They wouldn't accept your children.
They wouldn't accept my children. And I thought that was a low blow because, you know, one thing you hate me, that's fine, but don't take it out on my kids.
Right, what have they got to do with it?
Yeah. Now, I'm sure if you interviewed him about it, he'd probably say, I never did such a thing, but I don't believe it for a minute because everybody there liked me. And
you had to go for interviews and all that stuff.
Yeah, I did. I sucked it up and went in for an interview and let these old crows evaluate me, these stuffy sons of bitch bastards. I wanted to just rip their frickin' heads off, but I just sat there and behaved. And they interviewed the kids, and that even made me even more... I use the F word here.
Yeah.
Effing angry.
Yeah.
You know.
Like,
to me,
what's the problem? These kids can't go to your school?
To me, you leave the kids out of the radio wars. But some guys step over the line.
Yeah, he took it all the way home. He didn't leave it on the air.
Yeah. He could have, you know, he used that. But, you know, I've never talked to him directly. He might deny it.
But you wound up not moving? You wound up not doing anything?
Couldn't do it. I had to make sure the kids were covered for a good school system. I wasn't going to leave the kids out in the lurch.
But I'm just saying, he stopped that whole thing.
You know what some weird moments in the radio wars that you remember when we were up against WNEW and all those guys were there and you made fun of them, I mean, just were brutal. Yeah. And every single one of them came to work with us. So we had to meet them all face to face.
Yeah, that was weird.
Dave Herman was the one that you really used to, you know, hassle a lot.
Dave had a good attitude
He
about it.
liked us after all. I was surprised.
Yeah. The guy who was a big ass is Vince Scelsa.
I thought you were going to say Scott Muni.
Oh, Scott Muni's an ass. He's a total ass.
He hated you. He probably still does.
Yeah. Well, because he has no talent. I mean, who is he? Who is he compared to me? I changed radio. He sat and announced records.
Beatles things.
Beatles things.
Things that are British.
Things that are Beatles. He had some nerve.
Things from England.
Unbelievable.
English things.
English things that are English. All right, good. I'll listen to that. But I didn't hate the guy. I just goof on his radio career. Dominic, you're on the air.
Actually, he did you a favor, and I'll tell you why. Had you bought the bigger house, he would have given up the bigger house.
Yeah.
He's
right.
Thank you for making him feel better about that.
Hey, that does make me feel better. I'm glad the guy did me a favor if he kept me out of that private school. You're right.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
There's a guy who's been married 3 times. Goofing on me.
Just a little tidbit.
Ozzy wants to say a few words about Pete Townsend and Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy, hey.
Hey, Alvin.
How you doing? I know you want to comment on a serious topic here. Pete Townsend.
Well, you know, it's a shame about my friend Pete Townsend, you know. But, you know, I should have known something was up, and we'd all be watching porn in the back of the tour bus, you know. And he'd want to be watching Barney, you know. We definitely should have known something was up. When we were looking at his guitar case, and we would find crayons and matchbox cards. You know? I mean, the guy would walk around with backstage passes with coupons for Chuck E. Cheese on them. It's a goddamn shame, you know.
All right.
So
well,
you believe the allegations?
What the hell do I know?
How's Sharon, by the way?
Sharon's doing fine, you know. I don't keep her far away from Pete Townsend.
Yeah. Well,
She looked lovely the other night.
She did look good. I tell you, she's looking downright sexy.
Yeah, best of her life.
That's right, man.
You doing her?
That's right,
Are you getting her, or are you still on the medication?
I got her busy, you know.
Yeah.
I got her really busy, you know.
All right. Thank you, Ozzy.
I love you. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Thank you. I think Ozzy's out of gas.
Yeah, I think he went through all the material.
Yeah.
Only able to comment on Pete Townsend, really.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say Sharon? Wait 1 second. Sharon.
So thank you for my old radio.
You're welcome.
How old is that? 1941?
I think it's early to middle 40s.
Early to middle 40s.
It's cool.
All right. Philco. Yep. They don't make radios anymore.
I don't think so, no.
No. Why bother? Philco.
The Japanese make all the radios now.
That's right. I don't think... How many American companies make radios?
There's one, Emerson.
Yeah,
Emerson. Yeah. What are they up to?
The Radio Hall of Fame that you're not part of.
Hey, there was an article in the paper. I'll start the news.
All right.
There was an article in the paper about Mel, the head of our company.
What's he up to?
They say that AOL Time Warner is wooing him to leave here and go to AOL Time Warner, and I already know his answer.
How do you know his answer?
I'll tell you his answer. No. Because unless he wants to commit career suicide.
What, do you think that company can't be saved?
It's not a question of that. Here's the deal. Mel's job here, he's got millions of dollars worth of stock. He's built this company to a very sound financial company. I mean, out of all the media companies, this one's doing very well, even in a soft market. When the market rebounds, this company's going to go through the roof. So he's positioned the company into a great situation. Plus, he personally has probably $1 billion tied up in it.
Well, that's going to happen whether he has, whether he's here or not.
Well, if he leaves, the company will suffer. His investment goes, he's the guy with the billions of dollars worth of stock. He loses money. Then he goes to a company like AOL Time Warner, whose assets are all over the place. They paid way too much money for AOL.
Wouldn't you cash out your billions first and then go take the job?
You could cash out his billions, what, right now in a soft market? No.
But it's billions.
Doesn't matter. He doesn't want to leave here. He's built up this company with great assets. They're in a perfect position to take over when the market gets...
But he doesn't want another challenge.
Right. No. A challenge to what? Lose his money here?
And he's also buying Time Warner at a low price then. So
But he's got something good that's going to increase in value. You don't take a blue chip to go to some whacked-out company that paid too much money for AOL.
Why would this company immediately take a turn south just because he leaves?
Mel, because the stock market and Wall Street have tremendous confidence in him, and he is a big part of the radio division.
And Sumner Redstone.
Sumner Redstone in terms of the old Viacom, but not CBS. CBS and Infinity is all run by Mel.
I understand that, but he could die. He could trip and die. You got to have more than one guy.
Well, you got Sumner Redstone and Mel.
Howard, you don't think that at some point enough money is enough money for Mel?
No.
And like any great coach, they want to go get the new challenge?
He wants to cash out when the company's on the high. And he's not ready to retire.
They couldn't offer him anything attractive enough.
No. What could they offer him? AOL stock?
No.
I mean, really, why would you leave this company? Like Mel says, if he goes to AOL, he wouldn't have made that merger. You would have been insane. So why go to a company that made a horrible merger? What are you going to do with them?
Because now you can be a big hero.
Exactly. And do what?
Take it over, fix it.
Fix what, AOL?
Yeah,
it's
what
fixed.
they're going to do
well, no,
is pull it apart.
It was a bad deal.
You go to Time Warner, the first thing you do is sell off AOL.
Yeah, then what do you got?
And then you got Time Warner, and then you try
What does Time Warner have?
Oh, my God, tons of magazines, cable companies, book companies.
No.
Yes.
It's not what he runs best.
I mean,
it's not what he runs best.
I mean, they don't have TV stations.
It's a horrible deal for him. Hey, listen, if he takes it, then I'm an idiot. But I'm telling you, I'll bet the farm he wouldn't take that deal.
In fact, the top 5 magazines that were money makers last year, 4 of the 5 were...
Let me ask you something. If you had a company with the stock value of this company, and you own millions of shares of the stock, why would you leave this company only to hurt the company, see your stock go down, to go to a company with already tremendously plummeting stock value?
You answer that?
Yeah.
There's friction with the boss.
Yeah, but there's not enough friction. Maybe he'll go to a different company, but not AOL Time Warner. It's a crappy deal.
All right, you've spoken. We'll have to see what happens now.
Absolutely bet the farm on it.
You probably talked to him and he told you.
I'm just telling you I know the guy.
How would you feel if you made a company really good and maybe the guy that's in charge of you hasn't been as supportive as you'd hoped?
I'd feel rotten, but I would try to work things out with him. If I couldn't, I'd go somewhere else, but not AOL Time Warner. Maybe I'd go to Disney, but Disney's in a tremendous jam. But at least they have better assets. They've got some radio. They've got TV.
And by the way, in case Mel leaves, I'm not saying who's right and wrong. I'm just saying what they say in the papers.
Well, Sumner's an older guy. He needs a good guy to take over the company. He should remove his ego and let Mel run things the way he wants to. But Sumner's kind of like, hey, wait a second. I want the final say. I built this company, too.
I read his biography. He built it up from yeah,
it was hardly anything.
It was his family owned a chain of drive-in movie theaters.
Right.
Yeah, so it's not like he's a slouch.
How old is Mel?
50.
Mel's 57, I think, which is real young compared to Sumner.
In this business, yeah.
Yeah, he's a baby.
I hope they work it out. Because I'm going to finish out my radio contract here, and I really want to work with Mel. If I got to, end my career, I'd rather end it with him. That's all I'm thinking.
And now it's less than 3 years.
What is it at?
It's at...
it's 2 years, 11 months, and 14 days.
That sounds like 3 years to me.
Now, you're definitely leaving, right?
Yes. Yeah. I'm out of here. At it.
Taking your old radio and...
My old radio and going off into the sunset.
Tuck his old radio under his arm and walk away.
You don't think you're going to miss something if you leave?
Yes, I think I will miss something. I do. I think radio is, as I just said to you, thanking you for your gift, that radio is a huge part of my life. It occupies 99% of my time. I don't think I've ever been so loyal to anything as I am to radio, but, this is crazy already. Right, Robin? What do you think? You want to do more?
I enjoy doing this, so as long as we do it, I do it. But you do what you want to do.
Can I ask, Robin, what do you think that you might want to do when this ends?
I have no idea.
But you have to have given some thought to it.
No, I haven't.
Because the end is maybe in sight at this point.
Maybe it wouldn't even be in this business. Who knows?
No, I'm curious, but so what other business were you thinking about?
What about our cats?
Yeah. Cat rescue?
Cat rescue.
Cat rescue. Yeah, me and Siobhan.
Cat grooming. But you don't want it to end.
Instead with him.
Nothing wrong with saving it.
What?
Would you go back to the Air Force?
That's completely out of the question.
Would you catheterize men in the Air Force?
I think Hermes are actually going on a vigilante crusade.
Do you
beating up rude people.
What about putting an end to rudeness in this country?
That's somebody else's cause, not mine.
Do you want it to end?
I told you I enjoy doing the show, but if other people here don't enjoy doing the show, they shouldn't be doing it.
That's right.
Yeah, if you're not into it, then it's just going to trickle down.
Let's see what happens.
Now, somebody did ask me an interesting question though, and what if we're not in the loop, right? You always say you're going to do it, but you can change your mind at any moment. What happens if there's 3, 4, 5 months left and people start taking other jobs, and then you come back? That'd be weird.
No, I would sit down with you and say, listen, the real time to decide is when it's almost toward the end of the contract. I would sit down, and first I would go to Robin, because Robin and I have been together for a long time. I would go to Fred and Robin, actually. Mm-hmm. And I'd sit down with them and tell them my intention.
Another party I'm not invited to.
You're not invited to that either. I would go to...
He'd sit down with Fred, Robin, and Ross.
And even Linda Lopez.
Yeah.
And Scott the engineer.
Yeah. I would sit down and say to them, listen, I'm serious about leaving. What do you think? And then I suspect Rob would say, well, if you're not into it anymore, you should go.
Just what I just said.
And I'd say to Fred, and Fred probably wouldn't say anything. So it would be like not even having a third person there.
Wow, thanks for that one.
Fred would stare at me, I think.
Thanks
I'm just predicting behavior now. You could surprise me.
I'm not going to miss this part of the conversation.
Right. Well, maybe you will speak up. I don't know.
I've been known to do that one.
All right. We'll hear what you have to say. What do you think you would say?
What do you have to say? Do you have anything to say right now?
Only if you're into it. If you're not into it, the point is moot.
Well, that's what Robin just said.
Right.
What do I need you there for?
That's some meeting.
That's some meeting.
Fred's there to
Who
say...
asked you? You jumped on the bus the last year.
No, I'm just saying.
You fat tub of lard.
Well, I'll tell you what.
You want my opinion?
Take it up in therapy.
What she just said.
I'm a doctor.
I wasn't saying anything. I mean,
I can't stop eating a Nestle's Crunch.
Then I would sit and speak to Artie. I would speak to John. I would speak to Tom. I would speak to Mel. And last I would go to Gary.
Actually, the question.
Very last.
Here's the big question. Who would be the very last you talk to, Benji or Scott the engineer?
Baba Booey.
I wouldn't talk to either one of them. I wouldn't even... No, I would talk to Benji. I would talk to Scott. I would talk to everyone. And I would announce my intention so that everyone would have lots of time to figure out what to do.
What's lots of time? 6 months? 3 months?
A year.
Wow. That's gracious.
That's what I hear about in the evening.
Would you ever consider doing afternoons, though, so you don't have to...
I don't even know that any of this is real. All of a sudden, when you're faced with your own demise, you don't know if you're going to take it. You know what I mean? You don't know. Right now, I'm sitting and going, yeah, I want some time off. But who knows when faced with the reality of having to sit there and pick my ass every day.
This is the most interesting thing about you. You never know.
I don't know.
You are an amazing person. You don't know you.
You know, it's true.
That's why I'm in therapy.
We went through 2 commercial breaks discussing something that Howard just didn't know.
I don't know the answer to. I said, how should I feel?
Amazing man.
I have a dilemma.
You left the last situation, and you thought you were going to be one way, and I told you exactly how you were going to be, and you go, no, Robin, you don't know what you're talking about. You're amazing to me that way.
I have a friend who wants to speak to me. I haven't spoken to in a couple of years.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know whether I should speak to him.
Why? Now, what's up with that?
Well, it's a long story. And I don't know that I want to go into it right this second on the air, but I'm working into it.
What's going on for a month?
You know what?
It's a great story. No, I don't want to say what it is. And you'll know why. You won't want me to say what it is.
John's right, Howard. For me to say that this went on during the last 2 commercial breaks, really, this has been going on since the beginning of December. No, the middle of November.
Yeah,
the middle of November.
Because I do feel used by this friend. But I don't know that I have a right to feel used. Maybe I'm being overly sensitive.
Jeez, I wonder who this is.
Yeah, so I have had this dilemma. And I said to John, and I said to Gary, and of course Fred was there but said nothing.
I have an opinion, but I'm letting you say
I would love to hear your opinion.
You would?
Do you think, without mentioning names, can you give the opinion?
If you feel as strongly as you do, bang, end it. You owe no explanation.
I agree with Fred.
All right. But I don't know if I should feel that way.
But then but if you're wishy-washy about it, then you've got to explain to this person why you're not calling
them.
But
he's not wishy-washy. He doesn't know.
I really don't know if I'm entitled to have this opinion.
But here's the question. What you're asking is not how you should react when you decide how to feel. Do you have a right to feel the way that you feel?
Yeah. That's right.
And that's the question.
See, but Fred has missed the point.
No, I have not.
No, you do have.
It's not a question. Yes, you are. I will talk to you off the air then.
I would love to know who this is.
Well,
Friend.
You're out of the loop.
Friend.
It's you, Robin.
Oh. What friend?
But I will agree, this
friend?
person is a user.
A friend.
A real friend.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You're solving the world's problems all the time.
Right. I could solve any problem except my own.
There's nothing funnier than listening to you summarize a person in 60 seconds. And you do that brilliantly.
Yes, but I can't do that.
Yet he is an enigma to himself.
Right.
Well, look, the getting up early thing is that's killer.
Yeah, that's the bad part.
That is just really something.
All right, listen, we got to do the news. And once again,
that's my only opinion.
All right,
you'll be able to get some sleep in 3 days.
He's been doing it for 4 months.
Yeah.
A year and a half.
Well, it doesn't get any easier, I can tell you that.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
You've been doing it for like 25 years now?
Yeah.
Jeez. We had a brief break, that 3 years or 5 years at NBC.
Yeah, that was relaxing. that was pleasurable.
Every morning.
That wasn't stressful. That's what I liked about it.
That was the best gig ever, man.
The best gig. It was the most depressing gig I ever had.
The time was...
the time was fine.
We'd be up by 7 o'clock every night. It was great.
Yeah, I'd be up...
Scared when you couldn't sleep at night.
Yeah. The reason I didn't sleep all night is because they were giving me agita. They hated me there. Bastards.
Did you like doing afternoons better than the mornings, or you like it better doing the morning?
I like the mornings. At least I get work out of the way early. The rest of the day. The problem is the rest of the day I can't function.
But didn't you Howard, didn't you used to go and do workout and all your other stuff before you used to come to work?
No, I never worked out when I worked at NBC.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
You worked out with that guy, Steve.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, I started.
Because you used to come in about 12:30 every day, and I know that you used to go work out with him like at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, it was an easier schedule. That's true.
That's afternoons. That's when you guys used to eat Roy Rogers all the time?
Yeah.
God, I would have loved that.
Oh, man, can you imagine that studio with Baby Watson cheesecake and Artie?
We were so into food. We had food coming in during that show like you wouldn't believe. When we did mornings in Washington, we had breakfast coming in like you would not believe. Right? What a fun time.
That restaurant would bring up food around the clock. The Beanstalk restaurant bring up the great pasta.
We would call on the air and start ordering off menus. It was beautiful.
But then we'd get Baby Watson cheesecake as a sponsor, and they would deliver 7 cheesecakes.
And they'd all be gone.
I love that.
I love that.
When I started working with you, I used to eat 2 baked potatoes that were in the microwave and 4 ounces of turkey, and you used the potato as bread.
Well, that's when I got thin.
See, when you went on your diet, I just started working for you, and the first week I was there, somebody gave you a 5-pound chocolate car, and you gave it to me, and I thought, this is the greatest job ever.
Right. Little did you know. Give us the lead story, Robin, then we'll take a break.
Well,
I can say is Artie would be Walter Hudson size if he worked then.
We would need a crane to get him out of the studio.
Hey, please.
I would have done a little cardiovascular to offset it.
What is it, Scott?
Hey, Howard.
Hey.
Hey, you're great, man. I think, number one, that you're doing it right, man. If you're going to go out, you're going out a champion, man.
Right.
And number two, why don't you just get off your ass and call Jackie, for Christ's sake?
No, it's not Jackie I'm talking about
Are
at all.
you sure, man?
I got no problem with Jackie. I would talk to. I would go hang out and party with Jackie.
Because, man, that would be great radio to end it. You know what I mean?
Jackie's the one who doesn't really call us.
I think he's trying to slowly work himself back.
He's
in.
warming up.
Yeah.
He's warming up.
Well,
no wonder Artie's in therapy.
All right. Anyway, go ahead, Rob.
Yes, well, the big story, of course, is the fact that a guy who went to a Dark Shadows convention here and met a girl killed her in a hotel room the other day.
What girl would date a dude from a Dark Shadows convention?
A girl who, she sounds like the kind of girl who knows where to go if you want to find a guy you can get money out of.
Yeah. She built him with 95 G's.
Yeah, she apparently found a good one. He lived in Oregon. She lived in Pennsylvania. They met at this Dark Shadows concert or convention, and then he went back to Oregon, and she kept writing him for money. So he kept sending it to the tune of $95,000. She got it a little bit at a time, but it got up to that amount, apparently. And he suddenly got suspicious after it got up to $95,000 and decided to meet her here at a hotel. They got into an argument about the money, and apparently he had packed a gun in his luggage. And he took it out and shot her 5 times. And then walked down to the front desk and put the gun on the counter and said, I just shot my girlfriend. So that's that. A Dark Shadows convention goer is probably now going to go to jail.
Yeah, I haven't been to a good vampire convention in a while. Vampire soap opera convention.
You know, Dark Shadows can't afford to lose any fans.
Yeah.
Evidently, you could pick up chicks, though. You know?
Yeah.
Weak-minded chicks.
Weak-minded men.
Yeah, this guy was a guy who lived at home with his parents.
Yeah.
So...
What's more embarrassing, a Star Trek convention or a Dark Shadows?
Dark Shadows.
Dark Shadows.
By far, because it's like, you know.
I didn't even know there was a Dark Shadows convention.
How many of them could there be?
I can't imagine. And who do you get?
Oh, I could imagine.
Probably the whole cast.
Oh, my goodness.
A lot of guys that look like Benji.
Yeah. Just an amazing story. So,
Benji, are you a vampire over there?
Do they dress like the cast?
Like Barnabas, the vampire.
Just amazing. All right, there's some other things that are going on in the news, Howard, that bear mentioning. A judge in Texas is leaving the bench after accusations he used a woman's breast size to determine sentences.
Oh, that's great.
You like a judge who does that.
I mean, look.
What was her size and what was the...
Well, the Dallas Morning News reports that this judge, Jack Bino, saved the city council the trouble of firing him by quitting earlier this week. The 36-year-old judge was nicknamed Maximum Jack, and along with being accused of using the chest size of ladies to figure out sentences, he was also accused of asking a former jail administrator to be his maid, implying that he'd pay her with sex.
So the bigger the boobs, the more time?
I guess the more time you got. So you wanted to be really small-chested if you committed a crime in his jurisdiction.
I wonder if implants count.
Yeah, I guess they do.
I could see letting off a chick with big boobs.
So she'd get out quicker.
Yeah, why put him in jail?
Well, I guess, he didn't benefit.
Hey, Robin, not for nothing, but you'd get the chair.
I'm not breaking any laws.
You're a lifer?
I'm not breaking any laws.
You don't want to go up in front of that guy.
They'll frame you.
I was reading a thing on the Internet. They were listing women's bra size, breast size, whatever. And you were number 1.
Oh, get
You beat
out.
everyone.
That is not possible.
Did you read it, Fred?
No, actually, I was the one that found the list. It's 44 double D. Nobody else came close.
Wow. Not even chicks with fake. And yours are real. I got the list. It was unbelievable. I was reading it.
Number 1.
Is that true?
Well, finally, I've made it to number 1 in something.
Number 1 and 2.
Yeah, you were number 1 and 2. All right.
You going to take a break?
Going to take a break, and then we're going to resume right after these words.
Hi. Well, I wish wish I was. It's Al Lewis, also known as Grandpa Munster, and welcome to another Howard Stern show. I have to tell you this now. The first thing that I do in the morning, I don't know what you do. The first thing I do in the morning is I turn on the radio. Second thing I do, obviously I go to the bathroom, right? The third thing I do is I get out of bed. Oh, here's Howard Stern. Oh.
Howard Stern.
Hey now. Okay, Robin?
All right, would you kiss Britney Spears after she just vomited?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm logging in with a yes.
She's that hot, huh?
Well, it's not that she's that hot. I'm a guy. Yeah, I would.
You know,
they were writing in page 6 that she was out partying the other night, and somebody actually heard her hurling in the ladies' room, and then she came out of the stall and cleaned herself up at the mirror and walked out and started kissing Justin Timberlake.
How horny am I, by the way, when you... Well, that's irrelevant. I could have just finished with a girl. I would still... You know what it is? Yeah, I can't turn down a nice-looking poontang. No way.
All right.
A little vomit smell?
That wouldn't
no.
bother you at all.
It's like that old thing.
It's not even a speed bump.
It might bother me, but it wouldn't stop me from, making out with her with the hopes that I could bang her.
It's like that old thing, would you kiss a girl after she gave you oral? It's like...
It's not quite the same.
I'll tell you what. You know who looked great on that award show the other night? Carmen Electra. Jesus Christ.
She did, yeah.
Oh, my God. The dress she was wearing, her legs, her ass, her boobs, her face... And then Britney Spears came on afterwards.
And she had a similar sort of dress.
Yeah, Britney Spears looked like a boy next to Carmen Electra. Carmen Electra is really one of the most beautiful women in the world.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, but that Britney Spears got a pair of legs on her, man.
No, she doesn't. They're thick, and she got cankles.
You really think so?
Absolutely. She's got bad legs.
No way.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, I disagree.
And her
I
face...
don't know what they're talking about.
It's a little scrunched in.
Got sexy legs.
They're not that good, dude.
Oh.
She's caving in.
I don't know, man.
All right.
I mean, would I make out with her after she vomited? Absolutely.
Well, that's the case closed then.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, she seems to... They're also saying she's with Fred Durst.
Oh.
There are so many stories about Britney Spears' love life that you can't even keep up with them in the
How does Fred Durst do it?
On the same day, she's with Fred Durst and Justin Timberlake.
Mm-hmm.
They say Fred is producing her next album.
Really?
Yeah. And he even wrote on his website, he's like apologizing to his fans once again because he got into trouble. Remember when he sang with Christina Aguilera on the award show for MTV? He got into trouble with his fans, and I guess because he's working with Britney, he's in trouble. And so he wrote on his website, hey, man, if you have a problem with my feelings for Britney, just get over it. I got to do what I got to do.
Yeah. You know what? He's smart. Who cares?
Yeah, one of these fans going to realize it's like...
Yeah, this guy just wants to get laid.
It's not about the music or what it means.
Yeah.
If you have an opportunity to bang Britney Spears, you take it. I don't care who you are.
Why else do you get
a
band?
Because I mean, how much fun would it be to bang Britney Spears like one of these icons? Know, it's like it's. Of course you bang her for the sport of it.
Who cares what she sings?
Of course. I mean, who would be mad at him for that? Only a jealous homo.
It's not just about me. I mean, Dylan wrote Blowing in the Wind to get laid.
Right. People think it was something bigger and deeper than that.
Yeah, it's poontang.
Yeah.
What are these guys thinking out there?
Britney Spears is a major score. Just because she's famous and she's cute.
Millions of bucks.
Yeah, I mean, of course you'd bang her. Just so you could tell people you banged her.
But the vomiting thing is that's why God gave chicks foreheads. You know what I mean?
Right, you kiss them up there.
Right.
Okay. Pete Townsend.
Robin, okay.
Oh, is that why I have a forehead?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pete Townsend is still in the news. We're trying to figure out exactly what he's been up to.
Oh, I think I have a pretty good figuring out thing. Yes.
They have now published excerpts from a letter he had posted on his website for some time. It's now been taken off, by the way, that letter. There's hardly a man I know who uses computers who will not admit to surfing casually sometimes to find pornography. I have done it.
I remember years ago, we worked at a radio station where, rock and roll station, DC 101, where our TV commercial was Pete Townsend strumming his guitar.
Yes.
And I'm thinking about how now I would like to have a commercial for the Howard Stern Show with Pete Townsend. It would be so great. Or he'd be like the new Dell computer guy. You see Pete, the commercial opens up, he's downloading on his computer. He goes, "Hi, I'm the new Dell computer guy. Remember that little obnoxious kid? Yeah. I got naked pictures of him." But, yeah, Dell had to find someone even dumber than the Dell computer guy, and it's me. I use my credit card on a kiddie porn website.
How dumb am I?
Dell Computers. Their new slogan, any idiot can surf the net. Take it from the world-famous and incredibly dumb rock star, Pete Townsend.
Anyway, in this letter, he says that it's incredible how easy it is to find pedophilic imagery on the Internet. He was innocently surfing the web.
I don't know.
He came upon it.
I haven't found any pedophilic imagery on the web, and I've done a lot of surfing in my time.
Well, in the first statement, he just said pornography, and that's true.
Right.
You know.
You can't avoid porn, but...
Right.
I've never seen... You know what? The only way you see pedophilic pornography is if you're looking for it.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
His story is that he checked out child porn sites maybe 3 or 4 times and only entered a porn site once using a credit card. But in Great Britain, I think that's against the law. So, he's got some problems ahead of him. I think he thinks that his career is definitely damaged. Yes. Maybe down for the count.
Oh, I would say so.
Meanwhile, he does have some people coming to his defense. Elton John said, "I hope it's not as bad as it sounds."
That's nice. Didn't Pee-wee come to his defense?
It's the best thing Elton John could muster up, huh?
But the one who was really vehemently behind him was Jerry Hall. She says she has known him for a long time, and he is absolutely the antithesis of a pedophile.
I love Mick Jagger's ex-wives. One's over in Iraq with Saddam Hussein. The other one's defending pedophilia charges of Pete Townsend.
Thought it was interesting because this is a woman who didn't know she wasn't really married to Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
You know, he took her off to Bali somewhere and told her, this guy's going to bless us, and we really don't need a license. And she bought that, too. So, certainly I'm going to take her word on Pete. Meanwhile, did you hear what happened with Joan Rivers while we were on vacation?
Yeah, she got into
some holiday?
Sort of weird altercation.
She was renting a car. And I guess she had sent somebody into this car rental agency that she uses all the time to go get the car, and there was a line or something, and they wanted her to wait. And when she heard that she was supposed to wait, she then entered the office. This is what you read in the paper. She entered the office and screamed, you know, the usual, "Don't you know who the F I am? How dare you make me wait online?"
I would have said, how am I supposed to know who you are? Your face is barely recognizable after all that surgery.
You stupid bitch.
Ooh. Is that what she said?
That's what's quoted in the paper as being her words. And I thought that's so un-Joan-like.
Yes, absolutely.
So anyway, and then she allegedly flipped a ballpoint pen that went into the eye of the girl who was behind the counter. And at one point they thought she might be charged with something, but now they announced in the paper that she's not going to be charged with anything. Yet they say the girl who got hit in the eye she has not reported back to work since the incident occurred, and she's still being treated on the eye that was struck.
Huh.
So...
Well, in Joan's defense, Jerry Hall says it's probably not true.
Yeah. The girl Mick's currently dating says it as well.
That's right.
CBS found out the other day that they are not going to be able to stop ABC from producing a reality show they feel is very much like what a Celebrity Survivor would be like. CBS had accused ABC of ripping them off, but a judge said it was substantially enough different from Survivor so that ABC could go ahead. So ABC is producing a show called Get Me Out of Here. I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, something like that, yeah. And look at who is in the lineup. Alana Stewart, who is the ex-wife of Rod.
Right.
Downtown Julie Brown.
Right.
Robin Leach. Melissa Rivers.
And?
Stuttering John.
Stuttering John.
Whoa.
I'm suing them. Because John's not a celebrity. All right. Case
However, CBS is not taking this lying down. They have decided to put a new show they were considering called Cupid on the fast track, and that seems to be a ripoff of The Bachelor. So CBS coming right back with a rip-off show of its own.
And all of them are ripping off The Real World, so, I mean, I don't know what anyone's talking about.
I don't know why. Well, The Real World, I guess, doesn't give away money. That's what they added to the game. Luciano Pavarotti. I found this.
Is he the most disturbing-looking guy on the planet? I mean, I know that, like, he's fat. That's not what I'm talking about. It's the weird facial hair dye.
Skin.
Oh, my God.
He's just a disturbing-looking man.
But it's a man's world. Women fight over this
Look
guy.
at the girl he's with. She's cute.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, apparently they were having children, he and this woman he married. And she was pregnant with twins. They were born prematurely. Apparently she was having a very difficult pregnancy. She was just 8 months when she delivered. She delivered a boy and a girl, and the boy died. They say the mother and the baby girl are recovering in the hospital. Luciano is devastated by the death of the little boy, but he's happy to have any baby at all.
Good for him.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And looks, we talk about this all the time. We, read the names of people in the newspaper all the time, and we, sort of comment on how funny they sound.
Right.
And now a new study shows that it really helps to have a white-sounding name when you're looking for a job.
Absolutely. I've always said that. Of
course. Researchers at the University of Chicago Graduate School of Business and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology created about 5,000 resumes for job seekers with equal credentials and sent them out in response to want ads in the Boston Globe and the Chicago Tribune. Resumes with white-sounding first names elicited 50% more responses than ones with black-sounding names.
You know my real name is Tyrone?
Yeah.
White names such as Neil, Brett, Greg, Emily, Ann, and Jill received one response, a call letter, or an email for every 10 resumes they mailed out, while black names such as Tamika, Ebony, Aisha, Rashid, Kareem, and Tyrone received one response for every 15 resumes sent.
How about La Vincent?
He got none.
Lavernius?
Lavernius Coles.
Yeah, did they send out resumes for defensive backs or for...
Well, then they'd get them, yes. But these were just ads for jobs in the newspaper. And there was a weird kind of kidnapping that happened in Connecticut the other day. I always loved, every time you heard the story, you heard them say the second richest man in Greenwich, Connecticut. I'm like, well, who's the first? But the second richest man in Greenwich, Connecticut is Edward Lambert. He's worth about $800 million. And over the weekend, somebody tried to kidnap him. But I think it was something like 36 hours later, they just let him go. After using his credit card to order pizza.
Yeah, and that's how they got caught.
They got caught. They got absolutely no money. It doesn't make any sense at all. And the mothers are saying, two or three guys that have been arrested, they talked to a couple of the mothers. And the mothers are saying, there's no way our sons masterminded this whole thing because they're too stupid.
They're lunkheads.
Oh, good.
Wow.
They're just dumb and petty anti-thieves, and so they couldn't possibly have been the brains behind this whole thing.
It's like Pete Townsend using his credit card.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get caught.
But for pizza, of all things. You couldn't do without pizza, or you didn't have any cash on you for the pizza?
I've done that, credit card for pizza.
But you weren't kidnapping it.
I mean, look, sometimes you don't have $8. What are you going to do?
And when you see the... headline, Coach nabbed in rape of teenage boy.
What do you think?
You think of what?
I think of a dude, the old gym coach, raping the boy.
But it was a female basketball coach.
And she could rape... How do you have a female coach rape a boy?
Well, it's statutory rape because the kid is underage. He's 15.
Hey, now. Was he complaining? No, I bet you somebody busted him.
Somehow, some other adult, like a mother or something, found out that the coach was having sex with the 15-year-old. In fact, they were found in a car.
Having a great time.
How would a woman rape a man?
It's called statutory rape.
Yes, don't you understand statutory rape?
Oh, if a woman's with an old underage boy, it's statutory rape.
The pair met at a camp. There was an after-school program called the Beacon Program, which was supposed to be designed to keep kids safe.
Was that the bacon program where you put your bacon in the teacher?
The teacher obviously misread. So anyway, they grabbed this teacher, and she's being charged, and she was seen with the kids. The neighbors to this woman, they are absolutely shocked because they can't imagine her being involved in anything like this.
They had Sex to Who music.
President Bush.
Yes, President Bush
voiced his growing impatience with Saddam Hussein yesterday.
Of course.
Weapons inspections are still going on, but they haven't found anything, and yet our president still says there's stuff there. C1 is the president speaking.
All right. He knows there's stuff there. They just can't locate it. That's all.
Time is running out on Saddam Hussein. He must disarm. I'm sick and tired of games and deception.
Nice.
All right. So there you've heard it. It's a warning. Meanwhile, we have a similar problem going on with North Korea.
Yes.
And now we have to learn another leader's name. It's Kim Jong-il, who runs North Korea.
Yeah.
And they say that...
we got to find someone, first of all, who can speak North Korean.
Well, the Clinton administration apparently had a pretty good relationship with this guy. They know a lot about him. Madeleine Albright, who was the former U.S. Secretary of State, says that this Jung character would have loved to have been a movie director. C2.
American movies and had suggestions for Oscar nominations, and he also liked American sports. He liked Michael Jordan.
So why don't we just let him direct a movie?
We'll give him a 5-picture deal, Paramount.
And our problems will be solved. So anyway, they're hoping, they say they hope that the Bush administration will continue the dialogue they started with that guy because they think he can actually be talked to.
I'm making a movie about a Korean deli. It's like Barbershop, except with a bunch of Korean dudes. And I'm thinking of letting Mr. Il Nook, Jong-il star in it.
I'd watch that.
Sure. It's going to be funny. You'll pay for that. You'll pay for that.
It'll be a lot of that, but...
Jack Nicholson has a movie about Schmidt in theaters right now. Here he is on how he creates a character so that people forget that it's him on screen. B3.
Well, that's always the hard job for an actor. Anybody can act once or twice. They don't know who you are. But when you have to unconvince them of who you are, like in About Schmidt, as Alex has said, I've listened to his interviews also. He asked me to play a small man. So, every job is different. Every character is different. That's what makes it interesting,
Sorry to break it to you, Jack. I always think it's you.
We just happen to like you on screen.
That's right.
Here he is on Aging on Screen.
The only guy who forgets it's Jack Nicholson up there is Ronald Reagan.
If you just get rid of your camera tricks, what angles they shoot you from, all of that, it in the end creates an overall impression of aging in different ways. And this is the least vain performance I think I've ever given, No.
All right.
Hugh Grant is in 2 weeks' notice with, what's that girl's name? Sandra Bullock. And here's what he thinks about her... No, not her statement, but here's what he thinks about the press linking him to every woman he does a movie with. B5.
It happens on every single film I've ever done.
No, the press doesn't link him to every woman. They link him to that hooker in the car when he got the BJ. What are we talking about?
I always assume I'm shagging my co-star. With a possible
Everyone assumes your co-stars are repulsed by you.
exception of About a Boy. Thank God.
I think. I don't think Sandra Bullock wants to be with a guy who's getting it in a car from a hooker.
There have been questions as to whether they are together.
Yeah. I can answer it.
Okay.
It ain't happening.
The American Music Awards were the other night, and one of the I have never imagined somebody butchering an Elton John song, but Tim McGraw managed to do it. Here they are performing together on the American Music Awards.
Who's that?
That's Tim McGraw.
Oh. I think he played baseball.
It ain't Elton John, that's for sure.
Oh, there's Elton.
Boy, he really butchered that song. I wish I had more of it. He was awful. Kelly Osbourne performed her song, Shut Up, A2.
There's Jeff the Drunk in there.
He's joined the band.
All right. How's that record doing? Are you selling any copies?
I don't see it on the charts.
Shut up.
And here's Nelly accepting the Fans' Choice Award.
I want to say thanks definitely to Dick and everybody over at American, the Music Awards Association, everybody that helped me, the fans.
I like his Band-Aid. That's the guy with the Band-Aid, yeah. Nelly? I like that look.
You do?
You going to that look?
I'm going to start wearing a Band-Aid. That's right, Robin.
It always looks like you just had a mole removed or something.
I want to look like I'm out of my mind.
For voting me.
Yeah. What's that about? Anybody ever ask him why the Band-Aid?
I've never talked to Nelly, no.
And a white Band-Aid. Like white guy Band-Aid.
To be honest, I
maybe it's a protest against Band-Aids being white.
I didn't think this was I was going to be here,
This guy's the bomb. All right, anything else, Robin?
Pat Boone was there, and he was asked what he thought about Pete Townshend's arrest.
Well, I'm sure he, like a lot of people, will say that it was just curiosity. Of course, it's a deplorable, terribly deplorable thing, and it's human nature to be curious about things that exist. He said, I remember now, he said he was curious about something about his own childhood. So I don't know enough really to discuss it, but certainly that whole area is about as low as human beings can get.
Okay, Elton John was asked about what he thinks of the popularity of the Osbournes.
I love Ozzy and Sharon very much. I've known Sharon for longer than I've known Ozzy, and we go back a long way, and we've done some things together in the past that probably wouldn't be worth mentioning. But I love the show. I'm very pleased for them. They're two of the nicest people in the business, and I'm thrilled for them.
Here, I agree.
And Sheryl Crow, she did express her desire for peace this year with a T-shirt that said, "War is not the answer."
Of course, she doesn't supply an answer.
And she was asked why she spoke out about peace during the award show. B1.
Well, I don't want to get into my own political diatribe, but I would say that I think the war is based in greed, and there are huge karmic retributions that will follow. And I think war is never the answer to solving any problems.
Oh, it is. Try World War II, honey. What, is she kidding me? I love these broads. War's not the answer. Well, come up with an answer then. Where's the answer?
Karmic consequences.
Yeah, karmic.
Who could argue with a girl that brings up karma?
Right, like it exists.
During time of war.
And she gives another reason for speaking out against war.
I just think there's a really vital, sweeping...
I know what the answer is. Banging Eric Clapton.
Peace movement out there that's not getting covered in the press, or at least it's not getting covered as much as I feel like it should be covered. And so I just...
Shut up. That's
what you sound like to me.
Nelly's Band-Aid represents his friend in jail.
Oh.
So I just been handed a note.
Interesting.
Well, I certainly got that just looking at it.
Good statement.
Can you put the guy's name on it or something?
Anything else, Robin?
That's what's
Good.
happening.
All right, Robin, thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. And I'll see everyone tomorrow, but I got to go right now. Tune in tonight, Hot 25, number 3.